It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazaway. Let's talk some sports.
Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, 49 days away from the NFL draft. But first, we got a visitor to the show, but he is a friend and a family member. T. Foss replacing Ryan Ermanni today. Ryan, we wish you health. We will see you soon. T. Foss with the fedora on, looking mighty smooth.
And
there,
I went
brother,
to a NFL draft breakfast this morning.
Is that right?
Yes.
You will have to get us caught up on what that was about.
It's going to be a
we say hi
blast
to
downtown.
Tom Mazaway in the bowling shirt. You wore the bowling shirt for Bowling Thursday.
I'm just accepting who I am right now.
And who is that right now? A damn good bowler.
This is who I am. I'm a bowler on Thursday nights, and that's it, buddy. I'm ready. I like your glasses.
I appreciate that, man. I stole these from my
You look
girl.
like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I think he looks like a little Rhodes Scholar.
See, I take them both. One's an athlete, one's a Rhodes Scholar. That's kind of where I met in the middle anyway. Went to Michigan, so
I want to know what the breakfast was, Terry.
Exactly. Let's get to it. No more.
You can say hi. Say hi to Pete and Kenny G
Oh,
first.
my bad. I apologize.
Oh, no,
KG,
you good.
What up, how you guys doing?
Good.
That was very rude of me. How have you been? I haven't seen you in a minute.
I know, man. What's up with you though? You the talk of the town, man.
Hey, look, man. I did what was right.
I feel you.
I did what was right. Luckily, I just got a fresh workout, so I had the fresh pump going,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
So it's a little easier
You was in the
situation.
zone.
I was in the zone. Zoned out. Football players do that though.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my dad about it, and I was like, I just think 90% of football players would have done the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about other sports. Maybe hockey
Who's
too.
the 10% that wouldn't?
You got some 10%ers in every league. You got some 10%ers in every 90 percentile. There's some cats that won't do that. I don't think Odell Beckham's fighting.
No. Yeah, some of the superstars are like, I'm not getting
You
my
see what I'm
nails
saying? Like, yeah,
messed up.
But most cats will mix it up. So I think that's what it is. Pete Spivak, how you doing over there?
Doing all right, my friend. How are you?
Now hold on, Pete. Don't try to downplay the clean shave, this smooth button up that you clearly have on. What's going on, man? You look
This
good.
is Brooks Brothers too, man.
Brooks Brothers, the brothers Brooks.
He is
That's
so
right,
gross.
baby. I got to get the
I
stuff.
see you out
Yeah,
here.
but here's
I
what y'all
might
don't
have
know.
I might have an
You
appointment
know how
with
much you paid for that
Okay.
shirt?
Yeah, I got the.
$9.88.
Yeah, it's
you got a great deal.
From Marshalls.
You're so terrible. But
I might have an appointment with a young lady after the show.
See, you were supposed to say an
I
appointment.
might.
You know what I'm saying? We won't put all your business out there, but since you did, all right.
Yeah,
congrats,
that's
man.
all right, man.
I see you
Gotta
out
do
here,
it
man.
up.
Where's your appointment?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's at her house to start, and then
Whoa.
we'll
Okay.
maneuver on
Right to
to
it.
dinner, and then
He right to the bag.
Here we
Right
go.
to
Pete,
it.
let me give
You
you.
may not need to go nowhere.
Pete, let me give you a tip.
DoorDash, Netflix. I'm just saying, this could be a good
Ray,
night.
let me give him a tip.
Okay, go ahead, man. Give him a tip.
Shut your mouth tonight. Try to talk as little as possible, okay? Because the more you talk, it's just she's not gonna.
he's pushing
You
her
will not
away.
have a second date, okay?
Oh, jeez.
Just shut up.
Why
you.
do I put up with you?
And Maz is doing that not to spite you. He's trying to help you out.
I know,
It's
I
part of
know.
the charm, though. Like I feel
You know I'm
like
joking.
I
Not
don't know,
really.
because it might be good advice, but I feel like with Pete, I think whoever this young lady is going out with, that's part of the charm. Because
Pete, less is more.
She made it this far.
I hear you on
You
that,
gotta be who
Tommy.
you are, Pete.
Well, actually, you would actually know her, but I'll discuss that with you later.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You,
Hey,
this
Pete.
one of my old work.
Pete, Pete, is she a big girl?
No, she's not a big girl, but
Oh. No, some people like big girls.
I do. I like all sizes.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a big girl.
No, it's not. I just
Not
said
a
it's not
damn
my
thing.
preference.
In fact, they love you more than the cutie pies.
And they cook better.
Big girl says, I'm big. I gotta make sure.
Hey, y'all not about to catch me out here fat shaming. Y'all not about to catch me out here fat shaming, look, 'cause you can get in real trouble for that. So look, that's just not my preference. We'll leave it to that. Tell us about this breakfast though, T, that you went to.
Oh, with the NFL
draft
it was
breakfast.
put on by Crane's Detroit business.
Right, the industry right there off of Gratiot.
Yes.
And 75. Okay.
Right. And they just had a breakfast. They had NFL representative there. They have Alexis Wiley, who used to be the mayor's whatever
Aide.
it was.
Okay.
Huh?
Aid.
Aide, yeah, aide. And they had
Yeah,
somebody
call it
from
in the text
Visit
stuff?
Detroit. And so I went there and
Okay.
got a lot of information. Man, the draft is going to be lit.
So, give us the scoop,
Yeah,
man.
tell us
Give
it.
us the
What was on
behind the scenes.
what was on the menu?
It wasn't spectacular. They had scrambled eggs.
Oh, I love scrambled
bacon,
eggs. Love bacon.
sausage.
Oh,
And they had these really good date bread.
Okay.
I should have got a second one, but I'm trying
Dates
to
are
watch my
good.
figure.
Dates are
They
really
had some
good.
little fruit, cantaloupe, watermelon,
Very
pineapple.
nice.
Okay. Now, what is on the agenda for the Super Bowl? Because I think, Maz, this is something that myself. Oh, happy birthday to my brother Berkeley Edwards.
All right, Berk.
29 years young today.
Congrats.
Yep, shout
Still
out.
south of 30. Dang, you still not there yet? But happy birthday, brother. Love you. See you later. But he and I were just talking about what's going on for Super Bowl. I think they're going to do a good job. I mean, not Super Bowl. Draft. I think they're going to do a good job. But I haven't heard anything to get me excited, Maz. Have you?
No, I
Right,
know
let me
it's
give
going to be
you-
great.
Get
What they're
me
going to
excited,
have
T.
is they're going to have like viewing, even if you're not at Campus Martius, where the main thing is going on. They want to make sure that you're having a good time. So for instance, Capitol Park, the riverfront. I think they're going to have something at the train station. They're going to have big
Okay.
screens, and they're going to have food.
How about
and
Hart
beverage.
Plaza? Hart Plaza.
Hart Plaza. Well, Hart Plaza is like one of the main things.
Right.
Campus Martius and
Hart
Hart
Plaza,
Plaza
okay.
is like the place to be. But I think they're gonna have the screen going at. I keep forgetting the name of the stupid arena, the Little Caesars
LCS.
Arena.
Little
Yeah, I keep wanting to call it Joe Louis.
Now, you know the Tigers are home that weekend.
They are home.
Yes.
Yes, they pointed that out. The Tigers are going to be.
So
home.
Comerica
Who
is
they-
going to be pretty happening.
Do we know who the Tigers are playing? Is it a good stretch? Or
It
is it-
doesn't
Good question.
matter.
I'll have to check on
It's
that.
spring and it's Tiger baseball.
It'd be nice outside. You're right. I give
Now,
you
the thing that you want is you want to have a little parking lot.
that. Where you
Because
park? Where's it going to be better to park at?
well, they're going to have to close some streets down. So all of downtown is not going to be open. So they're going to close some streets.
Gotcha.
But parking is going to be at a premium because they're expecting at a minimum of 300,000 people.
Eastern Market is going to be man. Maybe Eastern Market is a parking hub.
It could be.
Yeah,
That's-
and shuttle from over in that area. That might be it.
I could do that because Eastern Market is one of my hangout spots on
Yeah.
a Saturday.
Good food. Oh man, do you guys go to get the produce and the veggies and things like that on Saturday? My mom does that and eats. I always miss it. It's too early in the morning for me on a Saturday, but it's good food.
Now I got another thing for mom that she should do.
Okay.
Because mom is fashionable.
Mom,
that
she
right?
is. Mom,
All right.
mom comes. She's with the issues, if you know what I
Okay.
mean.
And mom, you need to go to this place called Shops on Top.
Shops on top.
And it's right by the Gratiot Central Market.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
if
know
you
exactly what it's at.
go up one flight of stairs, they got T-shirts, they got hats, but in the back, they got, I would say, fashionable women's stuff.
Okay.
So
Put me on
big
game.
hats and dresses, and
All right.
she
Like
can
the
walk
church
out there
stuff.
sharp. Yeah, church stuff.
Some church
Or
stuff. Okay.
if she just
Or
hanging out.
okay.
They got hanging out with the girls stuff too.
All right. She does a lot of that. My mom definitely gets her time in with her girls.
All right,
usually
mom,
Thursday
go
nights.
to Shops on Top in the Eastern Market.
All right.
She'll come out there sharp.
Enough about Eastern Market and my mom's shopping choices in clothes. Mans, what's on the agenda today, man? What you want to talk about? What we gonna talk about today?
Right, we're gonna
We got a lot.
We're gonna be NFL centric. We're gonna be free agent centric.
Got
Tim
some top 10
Twentyman.
things.
Tim Twentyman put out his 10 free agents he thinks the Lions would be interested in. It might be a lot different than what we want them to be interested in,
Right.
but that's going to be good to hear. We'll have Dr. Pierce coming in later, talking about Dylan Larkin's injury. Also, Emmanuel Mosley getting re-signed to the Lions. What's he going to look like? With 2 ACL injuries, 1 in each leg. So we got that all coming up. A lot of NFL stuff because the free agent pool is like it's never been before. There are so many safeties out there. If the Lions needed a safety, which they don't, they can go out and just grab an all-pro. There are a ton of these guys available, and we're going to get into that coming up. Ari Mayeroff put up some stuff yesterday. Let's pop that one up yesterday, Pete. These are some of the things that happened in the NFL as of yesterday. There were more that happened on the day before that, Bray. So if you could, I probably
Maz,
should
I
have
got a
printed these
question.
for
Yeah,
you.
we can make this out.
Yeah,
How
buddy.
is a doctor going to come over here and talk about Dylan Larkin's injury when the National Hockey
Right.
upper body, lower body?
Exactly.
Upper, lower.
He
upper, lower.
knows.
That's all you get.
He
He
knows.
knows. He knows lower body injury and upper body injury. He knows it's probably a back injury, and he will talk about that.
He's in the end. We will talk about some of those things. P, you can put that back up there in a second. I'll read it. But before that, something interesting that happened. I'm glad you told me about the show, man. It gave me a second to think. Did you see who's fighting? Now, Logan Paul.
God.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they do the fighting and they bring people out of retirement or
This is
different
horrible.
sports. Well, Logan Paul is going to fight Mike Tyson.
I thought it was Jake.
No, it is Jake.
Excuse me,
yeah,
Jake. But it
Jake
doesn't matter.
Paul.
One of the Paul brothers is an idiot. Is going to fight Mike Tyson on July 20th. Terry, we haven't talked about these type of fight scenarios. Maz and I have talked about
I wouldn't
them.
spend a
It's
penny.
fun to do it. What are you thinking about Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul?
Okay. If you'd asked me this question a few months ago, I said this is garbage.
Okay.
But right now, I'm kind of intrigued by it. I actually respect Jake Paul now. I thought he was a joke at first, but dude can fight. And Mike Tyson is still an intriguing figure.
Hell yeah, he can still move.
He can still hit hard. But I tell you what, I saw him get beat up by a white guy on one of his old fights before he retired.
That was an old fight, though. That was Mike wasn't there anymore. I know exactly what the guy you're talking about,
Yeah.
the tall guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Mike wasn't there. Mike didn't care. He was
But he's still not there. He's older now.
No, he's more sharp now though. Like Mike, when he started drinking and doing drugs and like got his life together, he switched over. He's a cannabis guy now. Like Mike's dialed in. Mike's brain is sharper than I think it might have ever been. His understanding of life is different. Cause I follow Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. Like I follow his podcast. Like I follow him. He's like, matter of fact. Just so you know, I ain't playing. He's my favorite, personality
That's
ever.
fire.
Is Mike Tyson. That was right on
boxer
time
shorts
too.
he's wearing?
That wasn't planned, by the way. But yeah, man. So like now, man, Mike about to knock Jake Paul into the next century. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. KZ, what you think about that?
Hey, 58-year-old Mike, I'm not messing with him.
I'm
man.
not.
He is in shape, man. And Jake Paul is really risking it. The last time he fought an actual boxer, it was Tommy Fury. He kind of got beat up a little bit.
He did.
So
he won on the cards.
I don't know what he
Okay,
expects
fellas,
to do with Mike, man.
Tyson is not a real boxer right now. He's 58.
And neither is Jake Paul. So what are we talking about?
Seriously.
Well, I'm just saying that's why it could be entertaining.
I'm definitely, to your point, I'm entertained as hell. I'm gonna watch it. Like I think he's crazy for doing it, but thank you for allowing me access. I'll pay my $69.99 or whatever the hell I got to pay. Or I'm watching this fight, and I think Mike can knock him out in the first 30 seconds of the fight, reliving some of those 1980s days. I'm just saying,
You're
T-Foss.
so stupid.
He won't do that. I think Mike understands.
He understands the business side now.
Yeah, the business side. That stuff has to go on for a little bit. So,
Yeah.
but one thing Mike Tyson does do. I was watching some recent film. The dude's uppercut to the body is still
there.
still ridiculous.
He pieced up Roy Jones a couple years back.
So side note, when he fought Roy Jones, is it just me? I thought that in the first round he saw he could have knocked Roy out, and then after
He
that
did. He spared him.
he didn't really do anything after that.
Yeah, he spared him because he likes
100%.
him. But I don't know if
Probably
he
got
like
tired.
Jake. So
Nah, trust me. If you watch it again, like Mike was getting to the point where like he knew he could throw it. He was getting mad at it. He was like, like no, Mike could have dropped him. Yeah, no, that was interesting. I think that was like 2021.
Yeah.
It might have been 2021. Maz, are you guys still in second place?
We are. We're only 3 points out of
3
first.
points. How many games before? I mean, how many more Thursdays?
We end on April 17th, 18th. April 18th. So just a week before the draft, we end. So
Coming down to the wire.
Yep, we got to keep bowling good. Like I said, last week I shot good, and my buddy John shot a 300 game. So hope we can do that again
What was
tonight.
his series for? If you remember,
He shot like 750, I think, for that night.
It's not bad.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good 3-gamer.
It's not bad. Are you a bowler at all? Like, Maz,
I am not.
You're not
And-
a bowler.
In fact, I'm not a hooker. I just throw a straight ball.
Oh, okay. You're not a toot, as they say. Okay, so yeah, you're a straight down. You're just a novice bowler then.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
And plus, by the end of the first game, my thumb hurts.
You're all done.
You're already done? Nah. I can bowl. Just keep going. I love bowling, man. Bowling is fun. I'm the guy that likes bowling everybody's team. Everybody stops bowling. They're tired, and they forget it's their turn. They're socializing. I'm the guy that bowls everybody's turn. I'm like, Auntie, you're not bowling? All right, I'll bowl that for you. Sis, you said you're not. Hey, Dad, are you done too? By the time I go home, like my whole
I could
left
tell
side.
that you're a bowler
Yeah.
by the shoes you wear to work every day. I said, I do bowls.
That sounds like a backhanded compliment. Was you trying to Joan? I fire that fake Versace shirt up. Wait a minute now. You better come with some heat.
Hey, on the chat, the Rap
Wait,
Cave.
what?
The Rap Cave said, "Why? Someone tell me why Josh Smith is on our YouTube thumbnail." So when I walked in, I looked at it, I'm like, what the hell is Josh Smith doing on our thumbnail? I said the same thing. But I think that's going to be something that you're going to be putting together later. Am I correct?
Oh, 100%. And that's funny. I didn't know he did it like that. But since we're talking about it, Later on in the show, we'll do what I'm naming best or worst in talking about free agents in Detroit sports history. More so the last 30 years or so. I'll put a picture up or I'll say a name and you guys tell me.
We renamed it, by the way. What did we name it, Pete?
What did we name the actual skit? I don't know. You tell me,
best
Pete.
and worst free agents in Detroit history.
But we'll start since you put Josh Smith on the thumbnail. Worst.
Yeah,
one
no
of the
kidding.
worst free agent acquisitions, and it's crazy. Josh is a friend of mine, but
Splash or trash? I think we named it.
Splash or trash?
That's
or
what I was
trash.
asking you, Pete.
Yeah.
But thank you for that.
And there's
I like
some
it.
free agents where
It
we're going
just
to
didn't work
disagree.
here.
It's not a
Yeah.
universal yes or universal no.
It isn't. 100% it isn't. It's how do you feel like his time was when he was here? It's not what he did before. It's not what he did after. When he was acquired.
That'll be a fun one.
How did he play? But yeah, man, let's get into these players.
I got something for you guys to start it
That
off.
have impressed.
Jerry Jacobs. I like Jerry Jacobs when he was at the Lions here. The Lions are not going to re-sign him. They're not tending him an offer. So he is going to be an unrestricted free agent. If you could read what he had written, what he wrote to us Detroit fans after yesterday's decision.
100%. Forever thankful for Detroit. For Detroit, I swear, giving as a kid from Atlanta, Georgia, I got a chance to play on the biggest stage in football. I would never forget. Thank you for letting a kid from Atlanta, Georgia shine. I will always cherish the city you helped become my dream. Forever grateful, Jerry Jacobs. Wonderful message, well said.
Or Jerry Jacobs' PR team.
I like that kid.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, like, you hired the PR team. You pay the PR team. So if it's them, that you pay for that message. So good job in hiring a good PR team because it was a good message. I think it'll be well received. It's one of those things, though, man, as we talked about T. Foss as well, is when you become a good team, you're going to let some guys go. You're going to let some guys go that you like. You're going to let some guys know that you were happy to walk out the door. Jerry Jacobs, loved his attitude when he was here, but
Well, he played pretty well, too.
At times.
He had his moments.
Exactly. He had his moments. He was in the right place at the right time a couple times, but he was in the wrong place a lot more often.
You know who they re-signed?
Emmanuel Moseley.
2 tight ends as well. Shane Zylstra and Brock Wright are both coming back, at least for camp, with the Detroit Lions, with Sam Laporta as the number 1 tight end.
Are you surprised? Because you need
They
more than one
love
tight
their
end.
own guys, man.
They do.
They really love their own guys.
But those 2 guys are guys that, 1, they block, 2, they catch. Like, both those guys have game-winning plays. Like, both of those guys, Brock Wright's against the Jets, Shane Zylstra a couple times last year and then the year before. So they're guys that they make plays. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy in Sam Laporta who's getting a lot of reps. They're going to need to spell him. No more better than have those guys like that. I guarantee they didn't cost that much to re-sign, T.
No, of course not.
Yeah, they were pennies on the dollar, if you will. So
Emmanuel Moseley was too, probably.
and that's
It's a
why they
show-me
brought him
deal.
back. And we'll talk.
I got a question for you, Mr. NFL guy.
You know, I could be that guy.
Okay. Why are all the best tight ends white?
Because black guys are smart. We play wide receiver.
Because you
I
get
like
paid
that.
more?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Like,
How
just
about
think-
Shannon Sharp?
But he different.
He's
era.
retired.
And
How
he-
about Antonio?
He was a wide receiver, by the
Gates.
way, and they moved him to tight end.
Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates.
Retired.
Basketball player.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Kent
was a
State.
basketball player that moved over.
Kent
100%. Like, yeah, now we don't get me wrong. We got some brothers, but I'm saying like nowadays.
Charlie Sanders.
Okay,
Man,
man,
you're going to the
somebody who's
70s.
playing today. Nobody who's dead.
Like,
How about
hear me
today?
Hear me out on this. Would you aspire for $30 million a year, or would you aspire for 12? We aspire for 15. Travis Kelce's the best tight end in the league. He makes what, 16?
Yeah.
I think
I know,
it's.
but you're talking to commoners. We take $4 million, boo.
You said, say it again.
I said you're talking to commoners here. We take $4 million, boo.
Nah, you're not talking to commoners. You guys get it, and I'm being honest. I think more and more, and you saw with Devin Funchess. Devin Funchess, when he first got to U of M, what position did he play? Played tight end.
end.
He wore 87. He played tight end. The next year, he played tight end and wore 19. Then he realized wide receivers make more money. Let me slim out, because the way they use tight ends in the game anyway, it's light receivers. Like, you're really not doing anything different. You don't have to block to a certain extent. I mean, unless you're Zylstra or Brock Wright, you don't have to block at the tight end position. So why not go from 230 to 220?
Wow, you know what Braylon just admitted, even before this, that you got paid at the University of Michigan.
No.
So tight ends at Michigan don't get paid as much as the wide receivers at Michigan.
We don't get paid, so that is a
Well,
myth.
you just kind of said.
No, you just always trying to look for a Michigan angle, and guess what? Denied. Can't sit here. No, 100%. No, nobody got paid up there. But when I was there,
Okay.
no one got paid. I can say it like that. But no, I just think there's way more money in the wide receiver position. I think they score more touchdowns. And
Did you ever hear Jimmy King's BS explanation of why he went to Michigan?
I know Jimmy, so
All right. He said he went there because Michigan wouldn't promise him anything. They weren't giving him money, so that's why he went.
Didn't Rick Pitino try to pick him up in a white Cadillac or a pink Cadillac?
Yeah. I guess he did pick him up.
Yeah, he did pick him up, but he came to Michigan instead.
Right. He said, take this Cadillac and shove it.
Yeah.
Jimmy's one of those dudes that, like, I believe the story. Like, I know Jimmy well. Like, Jimmy's the reason the Fab Five is together right now. Jimmy was the reason why they were there back then. Like, if Jimmy says he did it, I believe it. I mean, he never told me a lie in his life.
I told him to his face that was baloney.
Because you just think you don't, because you're very, what's the word I'm looking for? You're jaded in life. Like, you don't think anything like that pure could
That's
happen.
facts.
No. It's possible that
Even
he
how
said,
you just said it ain't possible.
I'm going to go to Michigan. They're not promising me anything, but I'm going to Michigan. I'm going for the education. I'm going for the atmosphere and stuff. But don't tell me that the reason I went to Michigan is because Michigan refused to pay me.
It's part of the reason. Amongst other things, I mean, they're the best recruiting class. You're going to play with the best player in the country, the third best player in the country. Like, that's a part of it.
Okay, that is probably the main part because you're with the Fab Five. You want to play with Chris Webber and
But two
Juwan
things
Howard.
can be true. Like, he also went there because of that. It was a little caveat on the top. It was a little sprinkle, but why you
And you
hating?
believe that?
You said what?
You believe that?
100% I do.
You're really cute.
First of all, only my girl can call me cute. Second of all, if you would have told me it was one of the other four, I'd have been like, baloney. Like, if you would have told me Ray, if you would have told me Chris, if you would have told me Juwan, if you would have told me Jalen, I would have said nah. Jimmy, I'm saying yes. That's all I'm saying. I agree with the other four. Not Jimmy. It's like what is this? It's like Blue Chips. I feel like Nick knows. What's the assistant coach? No, the assistant coach when he was talking about Tony. He said, not Tony. Tony was my guy.
Yeah.
Tony cheated and he was shaving points out here.
Yeah, he was.
Look, let's take a quick commercial break. Let's get a word from our sponsor here at WSN Wake Up Woodward
Actually,
Show.
I'm sorry, I have the wrong camera on. Hang on a second. There we go.
And then we come back, we'll find out who impressed the Detroit Lions at the Combine.
Thank you, young man. Well, yes, Woodward Sports is all your Detroit sports coverage all day long, right after Wake Up Woodward from 11 to 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching Red Wing legend Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule on Big D Energy. Then you can watch our show from 2 to 4 with Braylon Edwards from the University of Michigan, Ryan Ermanni, and the great Tom Mazaway. And finish your day with the big fellas, Spencer Raxter and Easy, bringing you Woodward heavyweights every night, 5 to 7, right here on Woodward Sports. Woodward Sports is Detroit's #1 sports network all day long, on air and on social media.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Hey guys, it's Mash for Big Boy. Seafood Fest is back. Catch it while you can, especially right now during the Lenten season. Dive into fish and chips, their new Parmesan crusted cod, the perfectly fried clam strip platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. A Big Boy must. It's the new mango iced tea. It's the ultimate complement to their popcorn shrimp, the shrimp Alfredo, and the shrimp stir fry. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy, especially on Fridays, where every Friday night it's the all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive in right now at Big Boy.
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. I love that Soroki's logo. That's a very fine logo.
That's a good logo.
Nice
breaking
and red.
news before we get into the Lions.
Yeah, do we have a siren? Breaking news siren?
We-
I can find one.
No, we don't. We got.
No, I guess not.
We got something. We get something together. But UAD coach Mike Davis was just fired. Right now, the UAD Titans record is 1-31. We had the Sun on last year. The Sun was trying to break Pistol Pete's record, which has now been broken by Caitlin Clark. Random enough. 1-31. You got to go.
I know it's been
131.
It's
You got to
been
go.
they have gone from a team that once in a while would make the big dance,
And beat major programs.
yep, and beat major programs, to now they're a non-entity, which makes me sad. Now, do I go to Callahan Hall?
They're like the Pistons.
I haven't gone in years. But you know what? It makes me sad that the Titans of Detroit
No, it's very
have
sad.
fallen so
Dude,
badly.
Here's what I say. Why does UD even have a basketball program?
I'm
It is
in
so
agreement.
irrelevant. Nobody goes to games. They don't get players. They went 1-31 this year.
Wow.
They
What
got
was
a
Mike
little-
Davis's record?
60 and 118. I just added it up. That's what I was doing.
All right, when 31 of those losses was this year.
Funny thing is, it says right here 60 and 119. I could have just read that instead. But I think I just like adding up, and I was off by one, so now I'm embarrassed. 60 and 119. Yeah, you can't have that record over the span of 5 seasons. You were talking about it when we were on commercial break. They used to matter, man. You were talking about it. I remember Jermaine Jackson, Rashad Phillips, Desmond Ferguson, and
Just Antoine Davis
who was
last
the
year.
assistant coach at Michigan? Bakari Alexander.
Bakari Alexander, yes.
Bakari Alexander was on that team. Man, he had some players back
Harry
then.
Watson back in the day
Harry
coaching that
Watson.
team.
But I can go even further back.
Spencer
Derek-
Haywood,
Terry Durod, Dave DeBuscher,
only person to beat Larry Bird and Horse, Terry Durad.
Earl Curitan.
Wow.
All
Rest
those
in
dudes.
peace.
Rest
I mean,
in peace, Earl.
One of the best games I ever went to. It ended up being a blowout, but it was great the whole way. It was U of D against Minnesota. Minnesota had Michael Thompson and Kevin McHale. And
Feel like
Kevin
this
McHale
game-
was killing them. I mean, just his little drop step thing, whatever he does.
He was cold.
Right, he was cold that day, and but they stayed close to him for like 30 minutes, and then Minnesota ended up beating them by 18. But
Terry
it was a
can
really
shoot,
good
man.
game up until then.
Durad could shoot. My dad used to hoop with him at the church on 6 Mile in Woodward when I was a kid.
I mean, damn it, man. The court is named after Dick Vitale. Obviously, he used to coach there. They coached the Pistons after. Dick Vitale finally got good news. God bless him today. He has been cleared to resume his broadcasting career after battling cancer back and forth, lost his voice. His number one treasure is his voice. And I don't know. When Dick Vitale is doing a game, I have it on. I don't care who's playing. I just love the guy. I love that he loves us here in Detroit. I know he lives in Florida, but he loves the city of Detroit. And I'm so happy for Dick Vitale that he is able to start calling games again. And on a day where UAD fires their coach, it just seems weird to me.
PT Pier right there, baby.
Maybe they
Prime
hired
time
Dick
player.
Vitale to take over.
Nah, he's one thing at a time. He's just worried about the voice, and well, you know, his favorite time of year is coming up, man.
You know it.
So he got cleared right around
March Madness, man.
Right around March
I wish
Madness.
he was part of March Madness. You know, he's on ESPN.
Right.
They don't do games. They do the
CBS.
NIT.
Yeah.
So CBS should make an exception and let Dick Vitale on the broadcast this year.
ESPN.
Well, I mean, they
doing
actually
nothing
could
like that.
because ESPN is shedding payroll so much. Maybe they can do like a little buyout.
Yeah, that would be nice. At least for March, right?
Right.
This is Jim Nance's last run for the March Madness. Next
Hello,
year, it's going to
friends.
be Iron Eagle taking over.
Iron Eagle's so good, man. Like legit. Remember we were watching that when Iron Eagle's son.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Noah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Remember he was like randomly doing it as his dad was working.
Fantastic.
He took over.
Brooklyn Nets. He's the voice of the Nets.
He's just looking up and
Yeah.
just talking to the microphone. Like you made me realize the importance.
Yeah,
like,
the
a
Eagle
really-
family is talented. But I'm going to miss Jim Nance.
Hello, friends.
I love the old Bill Raftery guys and, Onions and the whole 9 yards. And it's just, it's not going to be the same without Jim Nance. So
This
Who
is
do you
true.
Have a
want
good
to
run.
take over
We
for
get
Jim Nance?
some young. We gotta get some young energy in
Right.
there though.
We
Like
do.
Jim Nance is 80.
not that long.
He's-
But Iron Eagle is taking over for him next year. And probably Noah Eagle after that. So,
Oh, good.
and don't forget, we've got the Midwest Regionals here at Little Caesars Arena, March 29th and 31st.
Sweet 16 through Elite 8, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Final Four is out in Phoenix. So yeah, it's gonna be a.
We send a team to the Final Four.
It's gonna be an action-packed thing. Obviously, you have.
I
the
bet you
draft,
Illinois will
you
be
have
number
Final
one.
Four, you have Sweet 16. You have the draft. You said what, Mass?
I bet you Illinois will be the number 1 seed in the Midwest.
And Illinois. You been watching?
Yeah, I'm starting to watch now. It's starting to
Oh,
turn.
I'm like, who told you Illinois is gonna be number one seed? I know we ain't been watching nothing.
Well, Michigan State's not going to probably make the tournament, even though they did win last
Iowa.
night.
Isn't Iowa number one? I mean, not Iowa. Purdue. Purdue's number one every season now.
That's true. Maybe Purdue will be the number 1 seed.
And Purdue's not even that good.
They never are. Like,
They got Zach Edey, right?
Their
Or
regular
Edey?
season good because they play a Big Ten that's been drowning for the better part of 5 years. Mm-hmm. That's really realistic what it comes down to. They're the best team in the Big Ten because every year they go to the tournament, and Jaden Ivey was a part of that team. They got cracked open. What was that? New Jersey's church team, man?
St. Peter's.
Yeah,
that's my school.
Yeah, they cracked Purdue.
Oh yeah.
And Jaden Ivey.
Then they met North Carolina.
That was actually why I didn't want to draft Jaden Ivey. Like, I didn't think he performed in that game, and that game kind of had me leery about what he could do. He's a damn good player, but that game.
St. Peter shut him down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know what I saw. Speaking of shutdown, Maz, who impressed the Detroit Lions at the Combine? Who
Let's
shut
pop
down
them
at
up.
the
We got
Combine?
10
Top
players.
10 players.
10 players from the Combine, Pete, that impressed the Lions.
Which way you want to go? 6 through 10 first, or 1
Yeah.
through 5?
Doesn't
We just
matter.
go one at a time. Yeah, I mean,
All right,
we
we'll do
go
6 through 10 first.
Yeah,
Whatever
go
you
6
pop
to
up.
10.
There you go, boys. Read them and weep.
Here you go. Brian Thomas Jr. Let's see.
No, that's not. You're not going to look at your papers for this one. This is just strictly the TV.
This is Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, number 6. Theo Johnson, another tight end. Shocking, the Lions would still be looking at tight end. Hey, Matt, here's one at number 9 for you. Does that say kicker? Brandon Fisk? Brandon Fisk? What school?
Florida State.
Is it Florida State? All right, man. There we go. You got a kicker.
Let's go.
Somebody impressed him in the kicking. You got, oh, yeah, that kid's nasty.
Yeah, but that doesn't
down
mean
in-
that you're gonna
No,
think
it's
of
just-
taking him. It's just like, oh man, this dude can kick. That's really good. I'm impressed.
I-
He ain't coming on my team though.
Yeah, I understand how this thing is go. I don't know, though. Look at number 3.
JJ?
J.J. McCarthy.
I don't know about that one.
J.J. McCarthy said he impressed him. Xavier Worthy, no stuff. He ran a 4.21. He impressed everybody. I don't even think they need to put him on there. Can't catch, though.
Same as the guy that he beat out.
Oh,
Remember?
John Ross?
John Ross. He never became anything.
John Ross got injured at Washington and was able to run that 4.22 in the Combine. And as soon as he got to Cincinnati, he was injured the whole time he was there. It's like these guys that are fast, they get injured quick. I mean, Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson had 2,000 yards year 2, and then slowly but surely, he's like, you talking about electric?
He was a flame, and he flamed out.
Yeah, but now when you play against him, I had to play against that joke.
No, he was the real deal.
He was one of those guys, like, when you're on offense, like, you don't watch the other offense. It's like you're sitting on the bench, you're getting your air, you're getting your breather. But there are a few players that you're on the sideline watching. Like when we played Chris Johnson, I was standing up. When we played Adrian Peterson, I'm standing up. LaDainian Tomlinson, Chad Ochocinco, Randy Moss. Like, it was some people. T.O. Like, I'm like, nah, I'll rest after the game. But those guys, Chris Johnson was amazing. But, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, like you said, T. And these are just people that impress them, but 100% still, they still aren't showing their tail, showing their hand and what they want to go. You weren't here Monday when we talked to Ryan. What way should the Lions go? Like, in the draft process right now, they're keeping 29 pick. Are you drafting the best available defensive lineman or best available cornerback at that position?
Well, I think the philosophy with Brad Holmes is the best available player in the draft, and then he picks up players for need and as free agents. I've said this a million years in a row: defense.
Yeah.
And Lions are like, the hell with you, bro. We're gonna do it our way. So
that's what we were arguing with Ryan about yesterday or 2 days ago. Ryan wants them to draft. Like, I think Dave Burkett came on the show and he had them drafting an offensive tackle. Obviously, you know what the offensive line is about to be. Hell no. Hell no. I can no offensive tackle. Not at 29. If you want to pick somebody up in the third round, it's a really good draft for offensive line.
Braylon, I came on the show to argue with you today. I agree. I'm disappointed.
Very rare, doesn't it? I'm trying to step it up. I'm trying to get more logical in my content.
No,
but agreed.
There's so many. The depth on the offensive line is so massive that Brad Holmes can get somebody in the third round or the second round or something. So don't waste the first round. Get an impactful guy that's going to attack the other quarterback, because we see what's going on every game.
Yeah.
The Lions had a very fine season, but we saw their flaws. A lot of us faulted the defensive backs for what happened, but
you can't get pressure on the quarterback.
When that quarterback starts patting the ball and looking around, you're in trouble, man.
Yeah.
Look what Brock Purdy did to them. He kept walking, running around, and wound up running and gashing them for first downs after first downs in that third and fourth quarter. So,
I thought that was Justin Fields.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
The way
He did look like him.
It's true.
He did look like him. Well, yesterday we talked about that 29th pick, Terry. I'll bring it up to you. There's a kid out there for Kansas City.
Also has KG as well.
They franchised him. It is L'Jarius Sneed, one of the top cornerbacks. He's 27 years old. He's going to get paid probably near $20 million a year. So whoever trades for him will have to pay him.
He's also already asked to be traded. So he's already asked.
The Lions are one of like 6 teams that are on the list that he threw out there, and other analysts have thrown out there as well as a team that would look at him. And there's rumors that the Lions are very interested in him. Would you, Terry Foster, step into Brad Holmes' shoes right now? Kansas City calls you. It's about 11 o'clock at night on Thursday night, round 1. You're picking 29th. You're going to pick in about a half an hour. Hey, Brad. This is Brad Veach. Brad Veach of the
happening?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Thank
How you doing?
God you called me.
Listen to me. Listen to me. We want to move up to 29 and take this offensive line guy. Would you be interested in trading for L'Jarius Sneed for the 29th pick?
Hell yes.
Yeah. See,
that's the way I go.
That's
because
twice we've agreed.
I think the Lions are in a different spot right now because it's always been, oh no, we don't want to move out that first round, pick. We got to save resources. We want to save money here and there, but now and then you got to spend. You got to be a big boy. Bring in L'Jarius Sneed because this is one of those guys that the Lions always turn their backs on.
Yes,
because he made too much money. He's too old.
This kid will be a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro.
Right.
He will be one.
So he's worth a first-round pick to me. And plus, it's not like you're giving up the number 5 and number 6 pick or something. Like it's number 29.
Yeah. Now, you're the home team here. This is your draft, Terry. So there are people out there like Ryan that says there's no way you could trade out of the first round because it will disappoint the 300 or 400,000 people that are going to be downtown.
We'll talk about
hang on. Most of those 300,000 people don't give a damn what you do. Most of those people are going to be from Chicago, Cleveland, Cincinnati. They don't care. But here's the other thing. If you got to show the fans of Detroit something, just have Brad Holmes walk out on the stage. Hey, y'all, we ain't drafting 29. But look at this nice, shiny cornerback we've got. This is what y'all have been asking for right here. This is our first-round pick.
So you would do
27.
it, and you'd be happy about it.
I'd do a backflip if I could do one.
KG, how about you?
Oh, absolutely. Trade the pick and give them a late round pick if they want that too. Absolutely.
No. I think we can get a late pick round from them, actually.
Hell yeah. For the first round, yeah.
Well, yeah, the first rounder definitely on the table. I'm
Because they
trading
said they would take a second rounder. Now, the 29th is 4 picks away from the second
Still
round.
first round.
that. Yeah.
So it is what it is, man. I would get that kid in a New York minute.
Yeah, like the big thing I talked about, Terry, and I'm glad we agree on this one, and KG, the thing I said was, you're basically going to try to draft the DB29 and hope that he's going to be as good as L'Jarius Sneed.
Yeah.
You already got a guy, back-to-back Super Bowl winner, All-Pro, 27 years old, in his prime. You know what he is already. Like, why, if that deal came on the table, why would you look a gift horse in the mouth? Like, why would you?
You would, and that cornerback you may draft might be good in 3 years.
Or he might be Jeff Okudah.
Yeah, it could be Jeff Okudah, but your window is open right now.
That's a good point, too.
You got a hole. This is not going to last forever.
Yeah, it's not. And you talked about something else, making the splash now. The window won't last forever, and you got to get a player like that. Look at the teams that win Super Bowls, with the exception of the Kansas City Chiefs, back-to-back, Patrick Mahomes. They didn't really do anything crazy. You look at the Rams. When the Rams won the Super Bowl, they went out and got Odell. They went and got Von Miller. They went and added pieces to that Super Bowl team, and they won. The team that won the year before that was Tom Brady and the Patriots. Tom Brady didn't go get AB. Tom didn't go get Rob Gronkowski. They didn't go add moves to the team. You got to be adding it. Even Philadelphia, who lost a couple years ago, you saw what they did, what they added to that team, and Ndamukong Suh and other players trying to get ready when they're playing the Chiefs. Darius Slay. And even last year, the 49ers, they didn't win, but they added Hargrave the year before. They paid him a lot of money.
Yeah.
They added Chase during the year. It's nothing wrong with adding players that can help you get to the next level. The first level, you've already gotten there. Shoot, you got to the third level, essentially. You got to the NFC Championship. Now it's time to get to the next level. It's nothing wrong with getting a player, spending some money, and making a splash. You got extra cap money, just like everybody else, too.
But, Terry, here's the issue. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell both come out and they tell the media, they tell the Detroit Lion fans, look, free agency, we're not sure what we're going to do. We're not big on going out and giving one person a lot of money. What's to say that he's with us in September, but in November he's not with us? We like signing our own players. We like to know the player we're signing. We like to, basically see him in college all the way up through to make sure he fits into this Lions mold. So there's the issue. They're basically telling us they ain't going to do it.
Let me ask
okay, Maz, baby, how long have you been in this business?
28 years.
Okay. They lie to us. Don't go by what people say to you.
I don't know about these two.
No. They lie to you.
Okay.
Go by what they do. Now, they can talk that mess when they're building up a team, but when you're looking over the threshold and you're like, okay, we are right there, you change your game plan. You forget all that stuff, and you got to pay somebody. You got to get a free agent. You got to make a trade. You got to do things that is going to make this roster championship caliber. You can't build all the time.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
They will. I guarantee they will change all that. Oh, we're just going to try to build up through the draft. They're going to change that, babes.
I certainly hope so.
If the idea is to win a championship now.
Yeah, that is win a championship, and I think the mindset will change as well, but you hope so. Because if I'm Brad Holmes, and this is the thing that I'm scared about, T-Foss, you see what they were able to do. They didn't pick anybody up after the 21 season. They didn't pick anybody up after the 22 season. Well, a couple guys got hurt. But they signed all their people back. They kept their same integrity from 3-13-1 to 9-8 to 12-5, and you see where they ended up in year 3. They ended up in the NFC Championship. See, that's what scares me about them not making any moves. That's what scares me about what Maz is saying and thinking that he may still try to go through the draft. You know why? Because it's worked. It's work using your own guys, signing back these veterans that they've had now for the better part of 3 years, going on 4 years, trusting your moves and your chess piece in the draft. It's worked for them. They went from 3-13-1 to 9-8, almost made the playoffs that year, and they went to the NFC Championship and were 7 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl by doing it that way. That's the thing that scares me.
Yeah, but I'm not saying give up all your draft picks. You still have to build this team through the draft from this point forward. But if you have a glaring need and it's staring you in the face, and he said, "I'll come play for you for $20 million," you don't go say no. You don't say no.
No, thank you.
We good. You gotta do that. Yeah, you're still gonna build through the draft, but now we've always talked about when the Lions got to a certain spot, which they never did. Yeah. By the way, you gotta maybe overpay for somebody to bring them here. But I tell you one thing, bro. Free agents scare me too.
True.
Because usually you bring a guy in, this nice shiny toy, and oh man, we've been dying for this guy, and he's not the same.
Yeah, very true.
Remember Pat Swilling?
Man, but that New Orleans Saints Pat Swilling was the real deal.
I know.
But they screwed Pat Swilling up when he got here.
Why?
Because Pat Swilling, what was his main thing was
rush the quarterback.
Yeah,
they changed
you know what the
defense.
Lions did?
Drop him back.
Yeah, we want you to play a zone defense, which means he went back into pass coverage. Don't do for us what made you in this league. Yeah. We're going to turn you into something else. And then what happened was he got all pissed off. He started talking about himself in the third person, and then he was never the same player.
Yeah, it's real.
And he took number 56 out of Hawk. It was Joe Schmidt's number. Retired. He's like, I'll take it.
It sounds like what happened to Lamar Jackson in the second round of the playoffs. And when you have offensive coordinator, forget that Lamar Jackson is the scariest dude to ever run with the football.
Yeah, Todd Monken.
Yeah, Todd Monken. Congratulations. That's why you get fired. But you know what? Talking about free agents, Tim Twentyman, your boy, he lists 10 free agents that the Lions would fit the program well. Talk about these a little bit, Maz, as you say.
All right, let's bring them out. Number 1, edge rusher, Jonathan Greenard from Houston. Greenard, 26 years old, would be a perfect fit opposite of Aiden Hutchinson along Detroit's defensive front. He tallied 12.5 sacks for Texas last season, for the Texans last season, 6th among all edge rushers with a 19% pass rush rate. He and Will Anderson were a terrific edge duo for the Texans. He's also good against the run, which is a must playing here in Detroit. So, Jonathan Greenard. I really don't know a lot about him, to be honest with you.
What I like about it is I've seen him play a couple times. What I like about it is he plays opposite of Will Anderson Jr., who plays a lot like Aiden. He's on the field all times. He can rush the passer. He's good in the rush, good in the run as well. He can legitimately rush the passer. He gets to the pass well. He's on the opposite side. That would be good. That would be somebody. But the thing I like, too, he's 26. He's still young, which means he's still impressionable. And still, that's the other thing. You're trying to find like a good fit T. You're trying to find that Dan Campbell, that Brad Holmes guy. Younger guys are still impressionable, so I think they come here and they fit the system better than older guys.
Yeah, my favorite number with him is 26.
Yeah.
The fact that he's young, he's still in his pride and everything. Because the NFL is a young man's game or league. Because, man, you get popped for all these years when you're 30, like, damn, I don't know if I can get out of bed today.
Sure, you telling. Like, man, what from like my 2005 season versus 2012, this is like 7 years. Nah, it was much different. Like,
it's like dog years.
Even practice was like, do I gotta practice today? Like, it went from just hopping out the bed, KG, just rolling into practice, not even needing to stretch. Yeah, you put your foot on the ground one at a time in year 8, year 9. You like, what kind of day is it gonna be? That back kind of stiff down there. But yeah, 26 is the operative number on that. We got DB for you right there, man.
Number 2, cornerback Kendall Fuller for Washington. Fuller's a crafty 8-year veteran. I like the word crafty, by the way. He had the 13th best coverage grade among all corners last year, Pro Football Focus. He can play inside or outside. He's got some experience as safety. Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn loves that kind of versatility. Fuller would add another experienced veteran to the mix here in Detroit.
Hey, T, you know what I don't like about the word crafty? It usually
means he's just okay.
Yeah, it means you're not athletic, you're not fast, you're not a blazer, you're not a tall guy. It just means like you watch a lot of film, but you may not be that good.
Right. And like, you don't get tricked.
Hey, I'll take a veteran corner. If he's coming in cheap.
Super Bowl experience.
I'll take him in.
I give you that Super Bowl experience. I mean, I give you that, and then you mix him in with Deshae Townsend, who's now the DB's coach. Actually played against Deshae, which is crazy. Yeah, crafty 8-year. I mean, you need some guys like that. If everyone in the locker, everyone in that room's young.
Mm-hmm. So far, everyone that we're talking about is defense. Number 3, another edge rusher, Dorrance Armstrong, played for Dallas. Nice. He was a rotational player among the Cowboys' defensive line. He played 42% of their snaps, but his production warrants a chance as a starter somewhere. Armstrong, 7.5 sacks in 23, 8.5 in 22. He played 47% of snaps on defense, 6'4", 255. He'd be a nice fit opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Dorrance Armstrong.
How old is he? And the reason why I asked that, I would be leery of this, and that's because he's coming from Dallas. Dallas defense was a bunch of selfish individuals, and you saw when stuff hit the fan, DeMarcus Lawrence had comments, but then when you couldn't find them when their defense was giving up all the yards. Micah Parsons threw a couple of his teammates under the bus. They seem like a very selfish group. And if he's coming from that, if he's already been bit by that bug,
then he won't fit.
Then he won't fit here. He's not a guy to fit. But if he's young and he maybe was separate from that, then I would give it a look.
We'll have to look up his age.
100%. I'm kind of leery.
KG, look up Dorrance Armstrong's age.
Don't you think
Dallas.
with this strong culture that
he could change?
that they can move him into, kind of shove him into this, and that he could change.
I do agree with that, and that's one thing we talk about with Michigan. That's what we talked about with the Lions, and I said that's why I want them to take a chance on a draft player that may not be it, because you can turn him into one of those guys. But with that being said about this, once a guy gets paid, and I don't know what that money is, once a guy gets paid, he's already coming from another situation. That's what it is. You can't tell him anything sometimes. Sometimes you can't tell a guy something because he's also experienced success. Now, hell, they didn't get to the NFC Championship, but if he's been on that team, he's won 13 games twice. He's won 12 or more games 3 years in a row. He's made the playoffs every year, so it might be a tricky situation to...
He's 26, by the way. My bad.
That's
He's
cool.
26?
Yeah.
So he's still young. It's 4 years in the league.
Bring him.
Young.
I like that.
No,
Okay.
the next one is a sleeper of mine. I think people are sleeping on this next one.
I'll talk about it. So tell me why.
Defensive tackle Danico Autry from Tennessee. You like him?
Yes, I like him a lot.
He's going to be 34 in July.
I understand that. Damn, he's 34. I thought he was like
Yep.
31. That's crazy. I didn't know he was that old.
You sound like Kevin Hart when
you
he's
wanna
talking
change your
Don
mind
Cheadle.
now?
This is year number 11. He had 11.5 sacks under the Lions running game coordinator, Terrell Williams, who is now here in Detroit. He had 28.5 sacks over the last 3 seasons.
Terrell Williams, I think that hire, he would be a great fit here. He had 11.5, and then you look, he had 8 the year before that, and I think 9 the year before that. So he's good in the pass rush. And I think he just fits the mold of what Detroit is, man. I think
especially if Terrell Williams likes it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. That's the thing that I like. I like that Terrell Williams is a guy. Terrell Williams coached him as well, kind of down there in that defensive line. He can show the guys on this team what Terrell Williams means, like business. It's always good to have a guy that can kind of set the mold and be the example when you usher in a new guy. That's what I like about it. His veteran experience, but also being the Terrell Williams type.
Here's what scares me. He's been productive the last few years, of course, but he's 34.
Yeah.
And I just see so many times where you look at athletes and say, man, he was good last year. Now he looks a little bit tired.
Yeah.
He's going to get through the
wear and
season.
tear.
But he don't have to play a lot. You don't have to play a lot. You just need him in spot duty.
Especially if you draft an edge.
Spot duty's not good enough.
Well,
If it's just spot duty, then get somebody else.
These pass rushers aren't in all the time.
But also, I think this is...
They're in for more than spot duty. If this defense is going to be successful.
Also, too, though, T, I think it's like these are the players that would fit the Lions system. I don't think this is like an asking price yet. So I think what do we ask? Like, what is he asking for? What are we paying
He
him?
can't be asking for much.
And
He's
that's
in his
what I'm
30s.
saying. Like, we're not paying him that much. Then I don't mind him coming in at all, whether he's 34 or not. But
Hell,
now,
I like Bruce Irvin last year for the 2 games he played.
Hey, he got a sack in his first game.
Yeah, and a penalty.
He's coming off a 3-year, $21 million contract.
Oh yeah, so he's probably looking at 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
4.5. I take a chance on that 4.5. T.
All right.
Is it 4.5 is fair?
4.5. I don't want to do for spot duty. I want a starter who's going to be in there.
But you can
60,
get more
70%
than
of
you
the
can get
snaps.
more than one though. You're trying to add to the
not
arsenal.
interested.
You're not
I'm
interested?
going to be.
You just want to spend all the money on 2 players.
No. I'm age discriminating now.
It's terrible.
I'm too old.
You can sign him and draft an edge, though. Maybe pick 29. Somebody might fall. They might move
Oh,
up.
look at that.
But
pick
he
29,
could come
we're
in here
trading
and be a
already,
flop, and your draft pick is not
Jerry's-
ready yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to decline it. Y'all can have him.
That's fine, Terry. You're entitled to your opinion.
All right.
Here's the first offensive guy on the board. Number 5, guard Robert Hunt from the Dolphins. Says, will the Lions be able to re-sign both Jonah Jackson and Graham Glasgow? Probably not. The preferred mix would be looking like to sign another veteran. 6'6", 335 pounds.
Jesus
Hunt
Christ.
got his first NFL start at tackle, lined up on either side in his rookie season, found a home for the past 3 years at right guard. The Lions would value his upfront versatility.
I tell you what, just the 6'6", 335 alone, and survived 3 seasons starting in Miami.
Yeah.
You know how hot it is in Miami?
Yeah.
Like the fact that he made it through that 3 years down there, I'd take a flyer on him. Like, I know that sounds nuts. 6'6", 335. Like, check it out, big fella. We got air conditioning. Okay, it's Ford Field. It's a dome.
Yep.
You don't even have to worry about being outside. Come on, just come over here, man. Just lean on somebody.
There you
I'd
go.
take a flyer on that guy.
Yeah, that's a big human being.
That's impressive.
If he can move, I'm gonna sign the dude.
100%. Like, if he can just get up and down, you got the job.
Yeah.
You got the job.
How much is he going to command, though, you think?
Nah, not that much. I don't think that much. Found a home last year. At right guard. Right guard is the lowest paid on in terms of the offensive
Right.
line. What you're paying. That's the lowest position. Is
You know
right
what
guard.
I'd do? I'd bring him in, sit him in the chair, and say, if you can get up, I'm signing you. He's 6'6", 335.
Without touching the arm.
Right.
Without touching the
Don't
arm.
touch the arm. If you can get up,
So-
you're our guy.
Man, he might be so.
That's all I got. That's all you got to show me.
Hey, Bray, we'll do the next 5 after the break.
Yep.
Yeah, how about we
Thanks
go
for
to
reading
break?
my mind, Tommy.
You got it, Pete.
I'm all over. But first, let's get a message from your people, man. It's a big boy.
Big
No,
boy.
we did that earlier. Sorry.
You-
You know me, dude.
Then why we even make these things?
Let's throw it to Pete.
Why do we even make these things?
Even though you guys are seeing Terry, what you really want to see is the new sports wearables here at WSN. Are you
that's pretty
tired
good.
of
I
wearing
like
the
that.
same old sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com. Click shop, hoodies, tees, and the hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com. Click shop. And then after that, you may want to go get yourself a brand new car from Les Stanford Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Let's drive and let's go to break, everybody.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for 2 things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss. With Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Yeah, I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is insurance rates are going up across the board in Michigan. The good news is Swiss Insurance is here to help. Right now, more than ever, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviews. Swiss will make sure your carrier does not slip in extra fees or raise deductibles. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today or visit SwissINS.com and tell them that Woodward Sports sent you. And if Maz had given me the Lady Jane's read like I had asked him to, then I'd be able to do the Lady Jane's read.
I thought I did.
It is. About time he actually
apologize.
did. Yeah, I apologize, Tommy. I do love you. You can come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register for a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right.
Month.
No expense spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome. Back to Bray and T. Foss.
Hey, man, these commercial reads
I'm
getting
here,
longer
too.
and longer, man. You think you're a superstar over there, man. We're going to have to tighten that read up, man. You taking all the time. Now, side note, you want me to take some of those reads? I don't want you to, like lose your voice before your date. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good,
You
man.
That's
I
the
got to
best
warm
thing
up
that
the
could happen to
voice.
him.
I'm just making sure you got a voice, man. You know what I'm saying?
You got a better shot with a lady if you can't talk.
That's what I'm saying.
It's true.
The best thing that could happen to him.
Side note, before we jump back into this list of players that fit that Tim Twentyman came up with, did you see the news? Juwan Howard expected to return next year.
That's really bad news.
But
That is so bad news. That's worse than you and D bad news.
before I let T jump in,
Oh my
whether
God!
it's good
Why? Why?
Before I let T jump in, whether it's good news or bad news, hear me out, man.
No.
No. Hear me out.
There's nothing you could tell me that make me want to bring him back.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Right now, college basketball sucks. Nobody wants to coach college basketball. Like, who are you going to bring in that's better than Juwan Howard
I don't care.
at this particular point?
I'm bringing KG.
It's going to take me a while to get that program together.
Yeah,
I'll bring in Mike Davis, who just got fired from UD.
he was 1-31, by the way.
Fine, I'll bring him in. Because what's Juwan's record?
Like 9 and...
He don't have all those wins.
What are they, like 6?
He probably has like 5 wins this year.
Terry, what would you do, University of Michigan right now? Are you keeping Juwan for another year because college basketball is in the dumps? The Big Ten sucks and it has for the
Mays
better part.
Rage is even gone.
What would you do? Would you just stick with him because it already stinks and then give yourself a time to find a real candidate?
No, you can get a real candidate now. Look.
How about Jimmy King?
Yeah.
There you go. He's pure.
How about Jalen Rose? Jalen.
You know what?
Jalen, come save us.
No,
Nah,
you
I
know
don't
who could
know about
probably
that.
coach them? Rashad Phillips.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
You could probably do that.
Shots
Fine.
You know what? Here's
Speaking
the
of
thing.
UAD,
Tim McCormick.
Timmy.
Nah, I got into a battle with Tim McCormick.
About
over
what?
Michael Olowokandi.
Oh, because
he
you
thought
called
he
him
was
a bust?
He thought he was going to come in and be this great player. I said, Tim, the dude can't play.
He was trash.
He's like, oh, no, he can do all this, and he's got he's real athletic and everything. I said, dude, it's trash.
I can't wait till we do this free agent segment because you're just ready to call everybody trash. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well,
Tim,
you
Tim
can't
does
bring
talk
him.
like that.
Don't
though.
bring him back.
No, but you know what? This is another sign.
Olowokandi.
University of Michigan does not care about basketball.
I mean, when you're national champs, who does? I remember Ohio State was good in basketball. They started winning championships in football. I was like, what basketball program?
But this is a sign because Juwan Howard, with the same record in football, would not survive
Hell no.
because people care. But you know what? If you're the University of Michigan, and I gotta say it properly,
here we go.
is you know
Here
the
we
leaders
go.
and the best. That's what I keep hearing.
Hey,
Leaders and the best.
listen.
That's not just for football.
Hey, look, man. What happened to you along the way, man? Did you try to go to Michigan and they let you in?
No.
I'm trying
to help your program.
I'm starting
Talk
to try.
him.
I'm figuring it out, man. There's a lot of Michigan hate.
He's a central guy.
Me, University of
I'm a
Michigan.
Chippewa.
Well, don't talk like that.
Yes, you do.
Cap.
You know that the guy over here talks like this.
He does though, but
All
that
right,
ain't me.
well,
but that ain't me.
Hey,
You're different, man. You're a real man.
hey, Mike G put out a name.
Uh-huh.
Mike G put out a name from the chat.
Who do we
Jerry Stackhouse.
Oh no, is Jerry still? He left.
No, he's still
still
at
at
Wake Forest.
Memphis.
Memphis.
Vanderbilt.
No.
Vanderbilt. That's what it
yes.
is. I was seeing
The
black
NIT
and gold,
champs.
Vanderbilt. Yeah, Jerry Stackhouse, man. We had him on the show 2 years ago. Yeah, Jerry, friend.
Anybody.
I still remember his crib.
Come on, man.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Fun time.
The guy fights everybody.
No, he only fights Christian Laettner, man. Because he cheated in cards.
All right,
No, but
Juwan Howard.
No. If you're the leaders and the best,
Yeah.
aren't you supposed to be that in basketball too, or just football?
Well, we were. Like, the basketball program in Michigan was better than Michigan State's for the better part of 2000. And
Is it now?
Michigan State's basketball program sucks. And yes, it still is.
Not as bad as Michigan's.
Michigan has done more in the last 7 years than Michigan State has, basketball
But if you
wise.
cared about basketball, you wouldn't let a dude where the program is declining every year come back.
Yeah.
What is the reason to bring him back?
Because he's part of one of the biggest, the cults of all time, which is the Fab Five. And I think at this point in time, you're not vetting anybody because you're spending so much time on football. But also, they're losing in every sport. Like, a lot of people are leaving the University of Michigan right now in terms of the wrestling coach, the softball coach, the baseball coach. And a lot of these people's time has run its course. But I don't think you can hire a bunch of people at the same time. You gotta make your priorities, and priorities should be basketball. To your point,
They should start over, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're at rock bottom right now.
You
Start
can't get any
over.
lower than where they at.
Start over. Anyway, let's go back to our.
Yeah, what signs are there that this is going to rebound next year?
There are no signs.
not.
Because they weren't necessarily that good when Mike Beeline left.
And John. Beeline.
Excuse me, John Beeline.
And John
Yeah,
Beeline.
recruiting in the toilet.
John Beeline, 100%. When he left, they were, I don't know.
They weren't this bad.
They were tournament ready when he left.
Look, at the end of the day, who cares? National champs in football. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about this edge rusher, Mike Dana, who went to the University of Michigan Mavs.
Hey, we didn't get up to him yet. We're up to number 6.
I
And this
skipped
is
because I got excited.
this is Tim Twentyman's.
It went with my argument.
Tim Twentyman's top 10 free agents that the Lions would be interested in. We're at number 6. It's outside linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel. He played in Miami as well. Maybe this is selfish, he says, wanting to listen in on the best hair argument between Van Ginkel and Alex Anzalone. Both have a great head of hair. But Van Ginkel, 6'4", 242, versatile player. Any defense would like to have. He was able to play the edge and in space. He's also a core special teamer. 6 sacks this past season, 69 tackles, a pick 6, and 19 quarterback hits.
Sounds like an extra effort guy. He doesn't sound like a guy that's going to come in and dominate. I think
It's crafty.
Plays the right way.
that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like,
What are you, Larry
eh.
Brown?
Like, I see the Alex Anzalone, I'm like, all right, nah. And then it says it's core special teamer. I'm like, I don't need my starter to be playing special teams as a focal point.
But they love that. The Lions love that.
I love it, but we need some guys.
They
to
got
start.
Jalen Reeves-Maben as the best special
I
teamer.
need some
depth
guys
at
that get
special
paid.
teams.
Exactly. I need some guys that get paid to play outside linebacker. I don't need him to have dibble and dabble in the special teams world as well. Like, he can play a special team, not special teams core. That means every special teams.
All right, number 7, edge rusher.
Sign him.
Played with the pilots of De La Salle.
Yes.
Sign him.
Mike Dana, Kansas City.
He's also a friend of the show. Been on here twice.
Love him. Dana's reps increased every year in Kansas City, maxed out at 74% of the defensive snaps this past season, won the last 2 Super Bowls. Key player on the Chiefs front, 50 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 13 quarterback hits, and 6.5 sacks this past season.
Go
Mike
Pilots.
Dana.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player. Also, University of Michigan. Throw that in there
Yes.
again. But yeah, he's played next to Chris Jones for the better part of 3 years now. He's seeing how it's done at a high elite level. He brings winning here. He knows what the winning culture looks like over there in Kansas City. I like it. And he's young. You see, every year he's gone up. Every year he's progressed. He's still a young guy, which telling me the best is yet to come, and it could be here for a good price, and he could explode on the football field. That is.
Could be. 2 things worry me. Well, one thing worries me, and one could be a possibility. Everybody can't come home and play.
He's a different type of kid. He didn't go to Mumford. He didn't go to King. He didn't go to one of those schools. And he's coming back hang out with boy. He went to De La Salle.
Oh, so you
Right,
saying
baby.
PSL schools are crap?
I ain't saying that. I went to King. Like, it's a great school. But at the same time, like, we was into some foolishness. Is what I'm saying. Mike Dana is a great kid. He could come back.
I agree. I really like that
100%. He's a great kid.
State
We've
champion
had him
as
up
well.
here in the show. We've talked to him. You know a knucklehead when you see one. Like, you know the cats that's hanging out in the wrong areas. Mac and B-Wick. They trying to go relive the days and shoot dice. He's not one of them kids.
Okay, I would have to vent him to see if he's a knucklehead.
Right.
He's not.
If he's not, then we good.
Yeah,
but the other thing is,
He's a lion.
what about, if he already has 2 Super Bowl rings?
Yeah.
Do you still have that hunger? Because the Lions are a hungry team, and they need more hunger and anger. And
I think a different
spite.
type. I think a different type of hunger. Now, if you're talking about success hunger, I think success makes you want more. But I think he has success. I mean, he has the hunger to want to do for himself now. Like, he's been a part of a team. He's had some stats, but it's the other guys on the team. It's the other guys making the big money. It's the Chris Joneses. It's the Nick Boltons of that team. He's now trying to make a name for himself. He's trying to have double-digit sacks. He's trying to get paid more money. So I think that's the hunger that he has now.
All right, I may be a little bit jaded and a little
Shocking.
unfair, but the Lions brought in Damian Woody, who won a Super Bowl, and he came here to be a walrus.
He also plays a position where he weighed 335.
He wasn't bad here.
He was.
The Wood Man?
He was a walrus. He even admits he was no good here.
Well, we didn't have a very
That's
good.
my former teammate, too.
We didn't
though,
have a
the
very good
Jets.
team
I
here
don't
at
care.
that
He was a
point.
walrus.
He got
The
paid
only
with the
thing
Jets,
missing
too.
was the little
Tusks?
tusk
Okay.
coming out of
He
his.
was sharp, though. Had a nice soup game. His former teammate of mine, I got stand up for my dog.
We love the Wood Man.
I stand up for my dog. And plus,
All
he's
right.
a friend of the show. He's come on here about 5 times.
This is the next one now. This one is.
Sign him.
This is a hot rumor, too. Cornerback Stephon Gilmore. Played for Dallas last year. Crafty veteran. Might be willing to take a one-year deal
This boy can
to
play.
make a run in the Super Bowl. Play alongside his younger brother, Steven. Teams completed just 56.8% of their passes thrown his way last year in Dallas. Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, he had a rough year last year until the end, though. You see, who was that was talking stuff to him, and he shut him down there and had 2 picks. It was like one of the elite.
I can't remember.
Dang, it's gonna haunt me. Who was it? Was it?
Was it a playoff or was it a regular
A.J. Brown.
season?
It's A.J. Brown. He shut A.J. Brown down. Like, A.J. Brown got to talking stuff. Sometimes people forget, like, who certain individuals are. He had to remind him, man. He shut him down. Look, 56% of your passes is a lot of passes. Like, you was up here giving up a lot of first downs and a lot of catches. But you're talking about a guy that was defensive MVP 4 years ago. You're talking about a guy that's played at the highest level. I like it, man. I like bringing him
Didn't
in.
you say Dallas defense was a little selfish?
Yeah, but he got.
But he didn't grow up in there.
He didn't grow up in that.
He was a veteran
he's
there.
He's a Patriot guy.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, he's a Patriot guy first. So he's a guy that you want to have around him. Never heard a bad thing about him too. It's all about leadership too.
And you already have his brother on the team.
100%. So I
Only
would
be
be
a
for that
1-year
move.
deal, probably. So
Yeah, for sure. I'd be for that move.
We had brothers last year, the Okwaras, right? So maybe
We
you'll get the
did.
Gilmore brothers this year. Number 9. This is a big name. He'll come a little cheaper than Chris Jones. Defensive end, Daniil Hunter from the Vikings. Not only do you take him right away from your hated rival, but you bring him here. Price range might be too much, but they got to take care of Hutchinson here. Hunter had 70-plus pressures, 16.5 sacks last year. Lions could take one of the best defensive players from a division rival, make Hunter and Hutchinson one of the best edge duos in the NFL. Daniil Hunter.
Yeah, Daniil Hunter's a man-child. Like, he's the only player last year for the Minnesota Vikings that was stout the whole year long. He started off, I want to say after the first 4 games, he already had like 8 sacks.
Yeah.
Like, he was cooking with grease early. I like Daniil Hunter. This could be a really good opposition for Aiden Hutchinson.
Hunter and
too.
Hutchinson.
I like it. H&H. It's the Hunter
No,
House.
I was
Yep.
going to think we got to come up with a nickname for them. But
You already did the Hunter
dude
House,
can
Ford Field.
play,
like that.
and then you hurt Minnesota. What's better than that?
Not a lot.
100%.
anyway.
Because they're definitely getting their use out of T.J. Hockenson, although we're getting ours out of Sam Laporte as well. So I think that worked out for both teams involved.
So
I like
Daniil Hunter might be a reach for us because of the price, but we'll see. And finally,
What are you trying to
cornerback.
do? Once again, Detroit Lions. Are you trying to win it all,
Yeah.
or are you trying to act like you're
I'm
trying
with
to
you,
win it
man.
preach.
Trying
I'm
to
with
win
you.
it
You got
all.
money to spend. Spend the money. Spend the money.
all? 100.
Lastly, number 10, cornerback Chidobe Awuzie from Cincinnati. Awuzie, one of the best corners in
No.
football the first half of the 22 season before tearing an ACL.
And that's what I circled, and that's what I said.
There you go.
You know we're getting them now.
You know we're getting him,
You know
that's
we're
for
getting
sure.
them, T-Foss.
They love those
He
guys.
got a torn ACL?
Yeah.
He said, well, shoot. The press
Sign him.
conference is tomorrow.
He tore it twice. Sign him to extra money. Sign him to extra money.
That was Tim Twentyman's 10 free agents that the Lions might go after. Check Tim Twentyman out, of course, on TimForRealList.com.
I like Tim. Tim's good people.
He's very
Solid
good.
list.
He
Good
knows
kid.
his
He used
stuff.
to work at the,
And he works at
Detroit
O'Hara,
News.
for crying out loud.
Yeah, 100%. With the exception of that Andrew Van Ginkel, there were some good picks. There were some names.
You don't want Van Ginkel, huh?
Nah, he was joking about Van Ginkel anyway.
I
That
know.
was like a little soft spot.
Well, he's a
that
good
he
player.
had.
Probably an upgrade of what we have.
True. 100%. I'm excited to do this next one, man. I'm excited to do this, man. The top free agents, Splash or what was it?
I've been waiting for
Splash
this all
or
day.
trash?
I was wondering when
Splash
we
or
get to
trash?
The T false word. Let's get a quick commercial and then let's get into it and have some fun with this. You tell me.
It's up there on the screen.
There it is.
And when you see that black and yellow sign out in front of your
Pete,
house,
you stay out.
Braylon, what does that tell you?
It tells me to tell you to stay out. Stay out.
It is it's a new year. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, 24/7 professional
Stay
monitoring, technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and by people who are proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Call today and tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party, it's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
All right, enter for your chance to win $50,000. That's right. It's Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge. You got the QR code on the TV or on your screen right now. Click, sign up. Yo, 50K is a lot of money. I don't know about you, but Sarukis and Cannabis by Glorious, they have put together a chance for you to get a perfect bracket. If you get the perfect bracket, you get $50,000. Look, man, it's going to be fun. You may not watch college basketball, but all you got to do is get lucky. You get lucky, you get $50K. How's $50K sound to you, T-Foss?
I could use it.
Are you in?
Oh, yeah.
You will sign up?
Sure.
We'll do what T-Foss and
Get some
Maz and
fun.
everybody else are doing around
We're
here.
all
Woodward
in.
Sports. The Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge, sponsored you by Soroki's and Glories. All right, welcome back. We are now about to do Splash or Trash. We got Dr. Pierce coming up in the 3:38 segment. But first, some of the free agents that have come to Detroit over the span of the last 30 or 40 years or so, were they Splash or were they Trash?
Trash.
Do we have the actual
Back wall.
Yep. I got
Yeah,
it.
the back
I know
wall.
the back
Yeah,
wall.
there you
Do
go.
we have the graphic?
I have the Splash or Trash
That's
graphic.
what I'm talking about.
Yep.
What does it look? Show us the splash, if you could, Pete. Splash. Oh man, I'm gonna say that joke for when we're off air.
Yeah, it's cool and refreshing.
Wow, it looks like that asteroid in
Is that
Thor
Neil?
Ragnarok.
Is that Neil?
man.
I think
On
that's
top of the
Neil
trash
Rule in the
here?
background.
It
Not
is.
quite sure.
Oh, wow.
It's like Neil Rouge is called a Mount Everest of
Did
trash.
they put the
if
Red
you
Wings
will.
jersey in there? That trash?
No, it's
For
just a red
Prime?
coat.
Oh, okay.
They've been losing ever
Yeah,
since
they haven't won
put
a
that
damn
thing
game
on.
since that
The
damn
waste
thing.
management. All right, here
Look at
we
those
go.
free agents behind you, first of all. Those are 6 beauties right there.
Yeah, this is a great job by Ryan Lynch in the back. I mean, you talking about Chauncey Billups. Like these, I don't think. I'll wait because 2 up there. I think I'm interested to get T. Foss's opinion on because I got a feeling he's gonna go a certain way. But yeah, Chauncey, Golden, Pudge, and Chris. I don't think
That
we
can't be
even
Chris
need-
Osgood. He wasn't a free agent.
Technically, he came back in 2005,
That is
2006.
true.
so
I
he
thought it was
a free
Dominic
agent.
Hasek, maybe.
He came back too.
All right.
See, I'm sneaky. I'm sneaky with the knowledge,
Okay.
man. Sneaky with the
Okay.
knowledge. So since he's on the board already, let's start with the guys up there. Chauncey Billups, Tom Mazaway,
God.
was he splash?
Oh,
T. Foss, was he splash or
Come on,
was he exactly?
he's one of the
100%.
greatest Pistons of all time. That's a big splash for
this
Mr. Big Shot.
This is true. 100% he was. In fact, we can just say everybody up there was, but except 2. Now those are 2 I want to ask you, T. Foss. Prince Fielder, was he splash or was he trash?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's why I asked you.
The team was bad, and he had his little neck injury. He didn't do enough for me. I
Yeah.
thought he was going to hit more home runs. I thought he was going to hit.
He didn't make the All-Star game when he was there, I don't think.
No, I'm going to say trash.
Tom Mazaway, Prince Fielder, and you.
That's a toughie. Like it's a toughie. I think it's still splash. They didn't win a World Series with him, but they didn't win a World Series with the team they had. I didn't like how he went out when he says, "I got kids, man." You know, when they were asking him,
Yeah,
don't you
that
care
right
more?
there's a
I got
turn-off.
kids, man. In other words, I got kids. Why should I give a damn about this game? That wasn't a good way for him to go out. But I thought it was good to have him here, to tell you the truth.
I just wish the relationship was tight, like with he and Cecil. It's crazy
Yeah.
too because the most home runs Prince hit when he was here was 42.
Yeah.
The most home runs that Cecil hit when he was here was 42. Thought that was
Pretty
very-
cool.
I know, pretty cool.
I said this. It was fun having him here.
I got
I
a
like
Prince
that. He
Fielder
played well.
T-shirt though.
I like that one.
They just didn't win.
I agree with that. I like that. It was fun having him here. Him and
But he
Miggy,
sorta got
both
fat.
being kind of like heavyweight hitters. I
Yeah.
thought their
Smash
relationship
Bros.
was cool.
It was fun to have him.
like the Big Bash brothers. I like that. Antonio McDyess. He's underneath
Diggity
Prince.
diggity.
I
Like-
love Dice.
Man, McDyess was my guy, man. You can get a splash for me, man. Antonio McDyess, even when he was back in Denver. But I think what he did for the Pistons, I mean, it's not his fault that Rasheed didn't want to check Robert Horry in the corner. I mean, he would have got himself a ring too.
No, McDyess was a blue-collar guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't the greatest player in the world, but he hustled.
I thought he was very good.
And then what was the little
was.
thing? Make that the little thing, diggity diggity McDyess or whatever.
Diggity,
Mason
diggity
would say
dice.
Oh,
about
yeah,
him.
diggity dice.
You know, the lasting impression for Antonio McDyess for me is when they lost to the Spurs, and he was the last guy sitting on the bench with his towel over his head because he knew that was his last chance to win an NBA championship.
That was last
and
season.
that broke my heart.
I think he played one season after that, and I think they lost to the Heat.
He knew it was
the
over.
next year.
It was over.
Yeah, my heart wasn't broken, but
My sports heart was
he's
broke.
a guy that cared.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. It was real. He was
Great teammate.
Darn good pickup. Here's one for you. Here's another Pistons guy, University of Michigan guy, not on this board, but he's on my list. Terry Mills. Terry Mills, one of the first. Terry Mills, one of the first stretch forwards, if you will. And remember his last 2 seasons, he shot over 40% from the three-point line, and he was actually taking 7.5 attempts in the 95 and 96 season with the teal jerseys, if you will. T. Mills, they didn't win any playoff games, but what were you? Was that a splash or was that a trash?
T. Mills is one of the greatest guys
Yeah, he is.
ever. And he had a cute little laugh. But damn, that's another tough one.
Yeah.
Little
See, I
toughie.
put some good ones in here.
You did. Because he hit his threes. He was 3 mils and stuff. He couldn't
Yeah.
defend anybody.
Then he
But
started winning 3 bills. He became 3 bills.
yeah, he was 3 bills at the end.
Any chubby guy on the court, I got to root for. So I liked Terry Mills. He was a
Yeah.
Michigan guy.
He's a Michigan guy.
Good guy.
100%.
When I called him up, he'd come on the show once in a while. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's a splash.
Plus, I remember the record. What was the record he made? Was it? It was 13 games in a row with 5 or more threes or 4 or more threes. Because obviously the stuff Steph is doing now is nuts, so it blows it out the water. Of
course.
But it was like 13 games in a row. I think he had 4 or more threes made in the game. I can't remember what. We got to look it up.
I think the actual thing, what player made 4 or more threes in 5 consecutive games when he couldn't see his feet because of his belly? I think that was the record right there.
Shut the What? I'm over here listening serious too, and then I'm like, I had to look up like, man, this dude. That's the best. All right,
Look it up.
I'm not messing with you. Here's an old school one for you guys. This is an old school one for you guys. ML Carr, Celtics, 2 championships.
Can I go first?
Yeah, 100%.
I hate his guts.
Whoa! I forgot he's Celtic.
Wow. All right, man.
I forgot he's a Celtic.
Tell him how you feel.
I hate his guts.
Talk about.
I hate that whole
ML Carr?
Celtic team. I hate how. I hate them all.
Bastion.
I hate them. ML Carr, I can't stand him.
ML Carr was a career role player, but when he came to Pistons, he averaged 18.7 and kind of stepped out of shell a little bit. What say you, T. Foss?
I don't like him either, man. I can't give him a splash. I don't care if
the hell with him.
30 points a game.
Trash
him.
Trash him.
ML Carr, excuse me.
KG, you know him?
Golden Tate, we already know that's going to be a splash. No reason to say that. 4 years in a row, he had 90 catches and 1,000 or more yards. He was definitely really good here.
And he was a little fella, and you couldn't tackle him.
So I played on the same team as him in Seattle. And they could not tackle that joker, man. The same thing you guys saw here in Detroit. Like he was. It's funny because he weighs more than you think. So he's like this compact dude that's like 5'9.5".
Great slot receiver,
but a strong 215. Like he'll bounce. He'll bounce off you. I remember he hit Sean Lee, linebacker for the Cowboys. This is when they first outlawed the crackback by the wide receiver. So the wide receivers could no longer crack back. This was 2012. Sean Lee, we were playing in Seattle, and he was pursuing Marshawn Lynch, and Golden was on the sideline. He came all the way in. Well, Sean Lee was never the same after that, and then he had the concussions after that. He stopped playing shortly after that, but my God, he leveled him. Here's a blast from the past, and he just got let go as the coach of the Detroit Lions. Dre Blige. DB pick up from St. Louis Rams, greatest show on turf. He comes here, he makes 2 Pro Bowls. I think he plays 4 seasons. Splash or trash?
He's a splash.
He's a splash?
He's a splash for a bad Lions team. That was fun. When he was here, that was cool. I liked having Dre Blige here. I wish it would have worked out coaching-wise with him. Good dude, good friend of yours, friend of the shows. Didn't work out coaching. Maybe it will with another team. But when he was here, it was cool to have Dre Blige here.
Yeah,
he did his job the best he could. Because there's no such thing as a shutdown corner in the National Football
Especially with
League.
no defensive line.
Right. But I thought he played as well as he could at the corner position. So I'm going to say splash.
No, he's my dude, man. He's like come down to Ann Arbor, pick us up, take us out downtown on Woodward Club Blue. This when Blue first opened up back in the day. That was my dude. Plus, he was the coldest looking DB in the league. Like he had the long socks, he had the 3 wristbands here. And he was one of the first guys to get a Jordan deal. So, like, he was one of the first NFL guys to get a Jordan deal, so he had the Jordan cleats way in advance.
Side note for Dre Blige.
Side note.
I happened to be I'm going to pat myself on the back. I was the Lions PA announcer at that time.
He was. I heard him PA announce, too.
I was PA announcer for the Lions, and the last guy we would always have on the field would be Dre Blige, and I gave him the North Carolina treatment. I gave him the Michael Jordan treatment. And number 32 from North Carolina.
Okay,
Dre Blige. Remember we had him on and I mentioned it?
Yeah,
he remembered that.
He did.
He remembered that.
I know that's your guy. But didn't Dre Blige look a little bit like Deputy Dog?
Where do you come up with this stuff?
Well, he does. He looks like Deputy Dog.
Oh, my God. No comment. No comment.
Deputy Dog.
Let's get here's another Lions player, and then we'll get to some other sports. Stephen Tulloch from the Tennessee Titans, Mr. Celebrating Terme Seattle.
Oh, Tully.
Tully, each of his 4 seasons here, though, he led the team in tackles. What say you, splash or trash, Stephen Tulloch?
He splashed.
He splashed.
He was great here, and then he went and did the dance against the Packers. He jumped up and down, and out he went.
He did the Martin dramatically.
He did. He did the Martin Gramatica.
I'm going to say trash.
Huh?
Who cares if somebody makes a tackle after the runner back gets 9-10 yards? Big deal.
I mean, you got a point.
You don't like Tully?
No, I like him, but I didn't think he made that big of an impact here.
I like it because like T-Foss keeps you on point. He keeps you on point. He's like, look, like, because I get caught up in the numbers sometimes. Like, I ain't had 4 years over 100 tackles. He's like, they didn't win nothing. He ain't doing anything. And then he's getting celebrating 9 yards down the field. He's my guy, so I'm going to go splash. J.D. Martinez, I know that's an easy one. That's one of the ones I put on the board. J.D. Martinez for you, Maz. He was a part of when the Tigers were the best team in the MLB.
Yep.
They just couldn't win the World Series.
They made him. J.D. Martinez became a great player when he came to Detroit. Dave Dombrowski fished him out of Houston, where he was just struggling, just doing little things here and there. Never a big-time player. Came here, blossomed, became a great player, went as a free agent, and out he went. One of the great hitters in the last 10 years in baseball. He's still out there and still waiting for a team to sign him. For all I think he's still out there.
Yeah, he is. Maz is trying to bring him back.
I would love to see him back here
as a coach
in Detroit to finish his career.
As a hitting coach.
Hitter,
no, he can still hit.
Yeah, he's still solid, but they're not signing him.
Yeah, I'm not signing. Yeah, not like. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to have a relic of what that 2013 that era was. Maybe not. I don't know. Cecil Fielder. He came here as a free agent. I want to say from was it the Yankees or was it Boston Red Sox? It's one of the two.
I thought he was from
Toronto
Japan.
Blue Jays.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Yep.
That's what it was. Toronto Blue Jays. Cecil Fielder. Since we did Prince Fielder, what say you?
I say splash because nobody. I mean, he had the back-to-back 50 home run seasons. He got a little chubby too, but
little
chubby. He became a fatty. All right.
You can always tell when he was in trouble gambling wise because he get a little thin.
Over the roof. So
yeah.
Cecil was fun to have here. What are you kidding?
Cecil was.
It was great to have here.
It was a no concept.
He'll forever be known as a Detroit Tiger.
Here's one for you. Mel Gray. Mel Gray, special teams, a punt returner, kick returner. What say you?
Splash. Mel Gray could take it back to the house.
Still one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when he received a kick, you stopped breathing because you didn't know what was going to happen. Because this dude was electric. And, you know, and the Lions were trash then, but they should have taken better advantage of the field position that he gave them. So definitely
they stayed around the 34, 30, somewhere between 34 and 37. I love Mel Gray. What do I get last?
I'll throw one out at you. Javi Baez.
You already know what you. Thank you. Thank you.
That's automatic.
Hey,
what happened? What happened?
He's not trash.
He's always been that player.
He's garbage.
Man, garbage. Hold on, you gotta say it. Garbosa. He's a Garbosa.
That's what he is.
Oh my God!
Look, man, and you hate to talk about people like this, but we're only talking about context of them doing their jobs. Like,
I really thought he was going to bounce back this year. I believed.
Every year is like we're
I don't think he has a hit yet.
He hasn't had a hit since the Cubs when they won the World Series. It's the last time that Joker had a hit, man. My God,
he's still magical on the field when he can get the ball to first base, but he can stop any ball getting by him.
Defensively, he's still legit.
I know if he could throw to first base without a bounce.
Well, yes and no.
He lost the game last year, and that was the worst play I ever seen.
Dude, if you hit it straight to him, he's an awful fielder. But if he has to make some spectacular play where he has to throw it behind his ear, then he's great.
I think they're going to cut him.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, they're going to have to eat that $140 million.
Mickey money.
Don't cut it.
It's like Juan Gonzalez,
it's the Mickey
man.
money.
That was another one I was going to bring up. Juan Gonzalez.
Oh, thank God he didn't sign that contract. You remember, Terry, when they laid that contract out to him?
It was like 160.
It was a lot of money back then, the most.
I thought it was 142 over 7.
I don't know what the hell it was, but it was a lot of money.
It was.
And he decided, let me think about it. No, thank God.
Because he only did 1 year here, correct?
Yeah.
He did
I tell you what I hated about Juan Gonzalez. Every time he walked into the locker room, it's just media. Only baseball questions. Only baseball questions. Leave me alone. I'm going to ask this dude whatever I want. But then he had an entourage around him, so you really couldn't get to him. And then he conveniently couldn't speak English at that time, at that moment. And so I just couldn't stand it.
So what I heard about that was the Juan Gonzalez move was because they were opening Comerica Park. You had to have a superstar. That's why they went and got Juan Gonzalez. All right.
By the way, El Mago, I found out, Dan Wood said he has an RBI this year. So he's an RBI machine so far.
Juan Gonzalez?
No. El Mago.
But how many strikeouts?
I thought he was retired.
I think he's got 14 strikeouts and 14 appearances.
For all my Red Wing people, I do have a bunch of Red Wing people, but I forgot we do have Dr. Pierce coming on.
We'll come back after Dr. Pierce.
We'll come out So don't worry. I got this whole side is Red Wings players, so you'll be included. Let's get a message from Premier Pet Supply, and then we'll go to commercial.
All right, guys. Premier Pet Supply, hands down. Michigan's best pet store, family-owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food at the lowest prices available, and they've got nutritionists on call for any of your questions. Give your pet the best. It is that. It's PremierPetSupply.com.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Hey, there we go. What's better than a crispy chicken or what's better than crispy chicken and pizza while watching your favorite team play? Let me tell you about Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Their food is amazing, and their locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. A perfect takeout option featuring hand-breaded chicken and New York pizza, fresh salad, sides, and more. Check out their full menu and find the closest Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com. That's SAROKIS.com. Soroki's in Woodward. That's crispy. Back to Bray and Tay Foss.
That's what you get for making all that noise, and then when you got on, you wasn't ready.
I was ready. I was sort of ready.
That's what you get. See, you just relax over there. You would have been smooth, man.
God,
anyway, welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards and Maz. Terry Foss joining us today, subbing for Ryan Ermanni. Hope you get well, big guy. But now, just like every other Thursday, we bring in Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine Center. What's up, Doc?
How's it going? What's wrong with Ryan? I mean, he didn't call. He doesn't write. I mean,
he's not feeling his best right now. I think it's something that's going around right now. So he'll get well. That's what happens when it's 70 and then it's 20 and then it's 70 and then it's 40. I think people get out to wearing shirts, then they forget to wear jackets, and then you get sick.
You know, that's not actually true. That's a myth.
Okay, what's the truth behind it then?
It's your overall hygiene. I mean, it's basically, you always say eat more dirt, build up your immune system.
So the cleaner you are, the sicker you get.
Hey, he's a clean freak.
He is a neat freak.
Ryan's the
he's
clean
a
freak.
germaphobe.
No, it's if you're a germaphobe, think about it. It's like any other part of your body. You want to work your immune system.
So you want some bacteria in there.
You want bacteria. You want to eat the dirt.
Nah, I'm cool on that one. That sounds like eating paint chips. Like, I pass on that.
You want to be rougher on your system. I mean, on a serious note, that was part of COVID, is that you're more susceptible. I mean, we were wearing a mask and things like that, but then when you took that away, your immune system kind of weakened because you were protecting it so much. So you gotta, you know, it's another thing you exercise in your body. So
it does make sense because, you know, when you go take these flu shots, which I highly do not recommend, they're basically injecting you with the sickness to a certain extent. So I get it.
They're making your body work to fight the resistance.
All right, Doc, is this a myth or fact?
Get him, T-Foss.
No.
All right.
I'm trying to sick my pit bull.
I'm not gonna attack the young man. I was.
He said young. I love it.
When I had a cold and my wife did not want me to work out, and I said, no, I want to work out because you can sweat the cold out. Is that a myth or is that fact?
So it depends where you are, like on the spectrum of illness. If you're getting worse, you worry about wearing your body down and weakening it. So if you're like, if it's just a 24-hour thing, yeah, I want you working out. If you're getting like what's going on right now, the RSV and the COVID symptom-like things, and you're kind of just getting in your that first 3 days, then by working out, you're weakening your body essentially. But no, I like your thing. Like when I deal with a lot of my entertainers who have to get that mucus out, that, you know, it's not junky and green, but it's just a congestion. I like working them out. I'll tell them to work out, like do the aerobic stuff, get into the steam, blow that all out, and they start feeling better. You got to clear it. So yeah, you're both right, but it just depends where you are on the spectrum of your illness.
But it sounds like you're telling me I could tell my wife to go to hell, which I could have done.
Well, I get into. I don't
know if that's ever a good idea.
Yeah,
may not be.
If you have that kind of relationship, God bless you.
Yeah, I'm not married, but I've seen marriage. I'm like, don't do that. Like gentlemen out there that are married, don't listen to this guy over here, get you in trouble. Before we talk about Dylan Larkin, obviously he has a lower body injury, and then Emmanuel Mosley, the re-signing of him. Golf season is upon us. Golf season, in fact, they're playing right now. I can't remember what the event is. I think Tony Scheffler is playing pretty good so far. But Scotty Scheffler, excuse me. But golf is up. What would you tell people in terms of to minimize injuries during golf season? Because obviously there's a lot of ways that you can get hurt on the golf course. Don't let the lies and the myths fool you. How to eliminate? I think stretching is one thing that I'm trying to do more of this season. What say you, Doc? Because I did play on Monday. I did play pretty good, by the way.
Really?
I did.
All right.
I did.
Did you stretch?
I did.
You did?
Before and after. That's the key. I never stretch after.
You never used to?
Mm-mm.
Now that I've been here, you're stretching after.
100%.
I can take credit for that.
You can.
All right, I'm taking
100%.
Credit. So, bottom line, to answer your question, golf is a little bit different. It's a rotational sport. A lot of times we kind of put our hands over our heads and we stretch and we bend and touch our toes and we think that's okay. You have to do that rotational thing. You'll see, like I like a lot of guys, same thing with like batting. You know, you take two clubs, you kind of just go through the motions lightly. You want to reproduce that motion because golf is a little bit different because it does do a lot of rotational things. You got to get your body through. It's torquing on your knee. It's on your neck. It's really your whole body mechanics are involved in golf.
Yeah.
So you got to do a full body stretch. So if there's areas of injury, we obviously want to spend a little bit more time. But if you do like what we call a dynamic warm-up, you're going through the motions. You're loosening up your hips. You're loosening your knees up, your shoulders. It's like a whole body yoga routine. You'll see a lot of like gimmicks, or not gimmicks, but things on late night where get this band, stretch this band, do these things.
Golf
all
Digest.
that stuff does work. You want to go through that motion. I think the easiest thing is do a light gradual workout and then sports specific. And that's true with any sport. You want to be more sports specific. Yeah. Golf and bowling are, people don't really play that as back injuries because it's not a collision sport, but it's both really rough on the spine. You
can tell, there's a guy right there can tell you, and that's Tom Maswell, who's a big bowler, but me too, man. Like that bowling, you bowl a couple games, 3 games is a series, but you mess around, play 2 series, man, you get all this hurt. You get your hip. Like whatever your plant leg is, that hip hurts on that leg. My knee, because I've had surgeries. Yeah, bowling is three is a good amount of games for me. You get to 6 and 8.
6 games at once?
Well, not at once, but like throughout the course of a night. Yeah.
So if you're in a tournament,
back in the day,
getting drunk at the bar.
That was the one I was going for. I was going for the one with the drinks. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Mass.
Bowling is a real sport.
He's got the bowling shirt
the
on.
worst part is the warm-ups. And you should see everyone when they first
Everybody
throw a
striking
ball.
in the warm-ups.
It is so hard to warm up for bowling. It truly is. I try to walk around for the first half an hour, up and down, to loosen up, touch your toes, all the blah, 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 get loose as you can. But if you don't, man, you could easily throw your back out, easily.
Yeah,
and hurt your leg.
Well, if you think about it, you're putting your spine at risk, and you're taking a weight and putting it at the end of the pendulum. And you're just trying to lunge it as delicately as you can down the lanes to get a strike here.
All my bowling balls, like when I was, from the time I learned in 2005 till now, all 16 pounds. I think I'm about to start going down in size. I think 16, I'm like, what am I proving at this point? Like, when I was young, it was fun to throw the biggest ball there was. Like,
absolutely.
Now I'm like, 14 might be the trick. Maybe 15. 14 seems too light.
Yeah,
maybe
don't go
15.
to the 8-pound Maz ball.
Nah, Maz ain't using no 8-pound ball. Tell him, Maz. Real man.
Nah, Maz throws a weighted tennis ball down there. Thinks he's doing something.
My boy's Maz been cooking with grease lately, too, on the bowling lane. So I got a shot. Big ups to Maz, whose team is 3 points down as they got 3 weeks left to win it all. Emmanuel Mosley. Talking about the Lions, you obviously know that's what we do here. That's what we love to do. That's what people love to hear about. He's an interesting guy. You signed him with the 49ers after tearing his ACL. He comes here, he rehabs back. 2 plays into his Lions career, Doc tears his ACL, and what does Brad Holmes do? They sign him back to a contract that'll be favorable. What are your thoughts on that, and how difficult will his road to recovery be, considering it's the opposite ACL that he tore from before?
Well, I mean, we've talked about this before. I mean, you're doing 2 tears. I mean,
but this is different legs, though. We've talked about same leg. This is different legs.
We can play pros and cons on this, right?
Let's play pros and cons.
We'll go pros that he's rehabbing. He's understanding his body. Is he stronger? Reconstruction ACLs right now are almost as strong as, it's a very good repair. Yeah. So typically they should not tear again. I know we had someone who tore for a second time, but that's unlikely. I mean, say you got pushed a little bit too prematurely. There's a physiological time frame that you need to do it. They call it like pregnancy. Doesn't matter how much you push it, you still need 9 months to repair. Same thing with other parts of your body. There's a physiological response that you have to get to that recovery and strengthening. We've pushed, ACLs were, a year long back in the day when you were there. Now we got them pushing at 4 months. But we really can't push under the 4 months because you do need to strengthen. Usually the real number is 6 months. Yeah. So depending on how they're measuring and how their matrix are, some guys are recovering quicker, and sometimes we're using some of the secret sauce to improve recovery. I mean, we're learning a lot about regenerative medicine. It's helping with the recovery here. With him, the con is the guy's prone to injuries. Right? Okay, yeah. I'm sure he was looked at very hard by the team trainers, outside physicians. It wasn't like, hey, you feel good, in a room at the lunch bar. You're feeling good overall, let's re-sign you. This guy went through a lot of training to prove he was strong enough and fully recovered to bring on to a new contract.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I think Thomas Davis may be like the only guy I remember that had torn his left ACL, tore his right ACL, and he still was able to operate at a high level for the Carolina Panthers for those years. In fact, he even went to the Super Bowl on that 2015 season. It's just, you see one injury on this side, and you see another. It's like, where is the, for lack of a better word, when you're trying overcompensation? I think that's the word you use. Overcompensation. I think that would be the thing that I would say might be better, because now you do both legs. You're not really overcompensating in recovery.
Yeah, but it's also his work ethic of recovery. There's some guys like, I'm getting back no matter what. He's got to be proven to someone. He's spending a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time with the trainers, in before everybody, done before, doesn't finish before anyone. Is it that kind of attitude that he's getting that we appreciate? Because the pro is that we always talk about young athletes. The young athletes take a lot for granted. This guy's taking nothing for granted. He's working hard to maintain a lifestyle. I mean, again, this is a business. He earns money by being healthy and playing football.
True.
So he's vested, and I gotta believe that not everyone is vested as some others. I mean, you've seen it in the career. We've seen people where they're prematurely out because they didn't want to do the work. You got to do the work. So.
Speaking of vested, somebody that's not vested right now with the Minnesota Vikings and may not be a Viking after this is Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles last year. Coming back this year, he wants 2 years, $90 million, I believe. Finally seeing him throw, and he was throwing on the tennis court. Talk about obviously that has to be a great sign for any team to see Kurt out there on tennis courts after rehabbing his Achilles. Or I could be wrong. How was that surface to show you that he's really coming back? Because if you can throw on that and he was real, he looked firm.
I mean, we talk about different surfaces. I mean, tennis courts, was it asphalt? Was it clay? Well, I didn't see it.
I saw the picture. It was asphalt.
Yeah, so asphalt. So he's got to be ginger. But, because asphalt has a little give versus cement, and obviously not as much as grass or clay. But it's the movement. It's the foot speed. It's the transition. It's like we talk about fast twitch fibers. You talk about the neuro recovery. Is he there? Is he able to switch? Because he's got to plant and push off and be able to throw and change directions in any second. So it's still a process, and I think he's showing that he's right where he should be in his recovery. Where Aaron Rodgers was claiming I'm ahead of myself in recovery. Yeah. Cousins isn't bragging I'm ahead of it. I'm right where I should be. And, I think it's going to be a hard decision. That's a big contract.
T-Foss, I'm going to ask you a question about this. Look, not Aaron, well, could get to him too, but maybe next time. Kurt's a guy that's 35 now. He'll be 36 when the season starts. Tore his Achilles last year, and now you're a team, and he's looking for $45 million a year for the next 2 years. Are you, if you're the Atlanta Falcons, insert team here that needs a quarterback, are you going to take a chance on that, or is that too old for you?
I would not make that decision.
Thank you. It makes sense.
If I am the Atlanta Falcons, I probably would, because they make stupid decisions. So,
but in a real logical answer, you're not taking that chance.
I am not.
Doc, you tell me. You're the guy. You're the doc. Man, would you take a chance on Kirk Cousins?
I mean, if that kind of money, you got to be my starting quarterback that's put me in the playoffs. Can I guarantee he's going to be healthy? His mind is there. His work ethic has been proven. That's a little rich.
Yeah.
That's a little rich. I mean, we want to see – I would like to see some type of drawback if he doesn't perform, milestones of recovery, which would be needed. So, if you believe it, I mean, contracts can say anything. Yeah. He may get 45 if he completes the season and does A, B, and C, but to give it with just no guarantees or any – drawbacks or pullbacks, I can't see doing that.
All right, Doc, before we let you get out of here, man, I want to know what's going on in the office. But also, I know you're golfing. We talked about it. I know you're probably at the golf course. So you're probably not doing a lot of working around this time. You're getting those golf swings in. Am I wrong?
You're wrong. I'm dedicated to that office. Oh, my God.
Lies.
It's still cold out, man.
No, I hit balls twice.
Exactly. Hit balls twice. I'm going to hit it all after work. But then also, too, you can travel.
I had a birthday recently. I'm changing my swing. Man. Changing my swing to be a little less powerful. Like when I golf with Gervin, all he does is make fun. Like, damn, Doc, can you swing any harder?
Yeah, I'm smooth. I'm trying to kill the ball.
No, so I've changed it. I've tightened up my swing, kind of going. But yeah, I mean, as far as golf, I mean, I'm prone to injuries just like anyone else. We're looking at other things to be proactive, be preventative, it's sports and spine, we're more about prevention. Yeah. Like I teach, there's a lot of doctors like, I fixed you, you're good, goodbye. It's more about teach, educate, and get them better. I had a young patient this week, it was cute 14-year-old, wants to be point guard, wants to be, the next, what's her name from LSU?
Clark.
No, she was the one from LSU.
Oh, Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. So she was all about that. She had that basketball body at 14. Yeah. And it was just exciting to see her. She's like, I just want to get back on the court. Okay. Her injury was, she was easily overcome, but It was more about teaching her there. I had a 14-year-old girl that wants to go to the next level. So I took my chance. She was healthy, but what we did is we spent a lot more time on what she needs to do to get to the next level.
Gotcha.
How she gets her body ready, how she gets her coordination better, how she gets her foot speed better, her hands, the drills. It's more about the coordination. So I love getting young athletes that have that kind of ambition to show them how you get to the next level. And that's really what was important for her and her dad that day. It wasn't like, she had a questionable fracture that already healed. So it was more about taking that time. That's what really gets me going. It's like getting those young kids where I can do some prevention.
See, if I didn't know what a good father you were and a good guy you were, I'd gave you some. I'd be like, hey, you man, watch calling 14-year-olds cute, man. They frown upon that type of stuff. But I'm just joking. Great father, great man. Doc, we appreciate having you on every Thursday, man.
All right, it's
See
great.
you next Thursday.
All right, we'll take.
We'll have one commercial break. We'll get you back. We'll end the show. But first, we don't have any more, do we, Pete?
Yeah, we got to do this one here. This is a big one,
Oh, this is the one that pays the bills.
It's a big one. It pays the bills, baby.
Okay,
absolutely. A place you should probably go to before you go on a date night like I'm about to. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. We'll be right back.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
And we're back.
We're
Talking
back.
about the show. Tom Mazaway has switched places with Dr. Pierce, so we got Maz back in the Maz chair. T-Falls, always a pleasure to have you.
I just asked Doc what was going on, because he pop stars call this guy.
Yeah.
They call him because if there's a concert in town, this guy goes to they call him for massage therapy, for just whatever
to feel good.
To feel good. And he's got a big concert coming up this month.
Olivia
just told me about
Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo. This guy is the real deal, man. I just want to tell you guys that Doc is the real deal.
Doc is definitely real big, because when I told you I went to that concert, the Lil Wayne concert with him in 2017, because I was back in Michigan at the time, Wayne called him.
Yeah,
Wayne is one.
The word is out on Dr. Pierce.
So I was they
No doubt.
gave him some cred with me. I was okay.
Hell yeah. Now the Wings should call him so they can get Dylan Larkin back on the ice
I
quick.
wanted to talk about that, but NHL, they only give you
don't know what the hell's wrong with
body or lower body injury.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean, T-Falls?
Well, I guess lower body is anything below the booty, and upper body is above the booty.
That's excellent, Terry. Thank you.
Well
done. Dynamite drop in, Monty.
Anything else you have to add?
It means something hurts.
Hey, I want to talk about this before we leave.
Go ahead, man.
Pistons, of course, they play the Nets tonight. Nets always seem to be in town here.
They play the Nets again?
Pistons are 9-52. The Nets are 25-37. Why am I even bringing this up? Ben Simmons has played 15 games this year. He didn't play any last year. He's out again for the year.
Hey,
this guy, he is a thief.
He is the biggest finesser in sports history.
I can't.
He is finessed. Do you realize when it's all said and done, Ben Simmons will have been paid over $210 million.
For nothing.
I can't even remember last time I saw him score a bucket.
I hardly knew what he looked like until I saw the Twitter today.
But that's actually real. If you're big one, we don't watch basketball like that anymore. It's time to start picking it back up now that they're getting.
I gotta say this about
but
the Nets.
Finesse.
The Nets. Let me tell you something. As a kid
Finesse.
growing up, as a Knicks fan and a Nets fan in the ABA, I was.
He finessed the
I got a
Sixers.
Dr. J autographed ABA ball at home. I love the Nets. They are They are a jinx team.
Yeah.
They come into the NBA in 1976.
They didn't win
Dr.
with KD,
J.
James Harden, and Kyrie Irving.
I haven't even gotten to that yet.
Behooves
Dr. J and Larry Bird are on the cover of Sports Illustrated as the new NBA. And what happens on the first day that the Nets are going to be in the NBA?
Traded.
They trade him to the Philadelphia 76ers for $1 million because they had an owner that was a bum, a carpetbagger, Roy Bowe. So I wake up that morning, my heart is broke as a 14-year-old kid, and the Nets have never recovered. They went to 2 NBA championships with Jason Kidd, and then they go and make that trade for the big three, give away everything. They do it again, give away everything, and they're still paying Ben Simmons, and he's played like 20 games for the franchise.
That's what happens when you're a gimmick franchise, because New York will always be the New York Knicks. And I think for so long, they've been just trying to find a way to make themselves matter and to do things. The only time it really mattered is that era, because that Jason Kidd era, everybody was catching lobs.
Yeah.
Kmart was catching lobs.
Yeah.
Vince Carter was catching lobs. Even Richard Jefferson's goofy self could jump.
They were
up
good
and
enough
jump.
to win the East. They just couldn't win it all.
I mean, hey, that was a lot of people when you're dealing with the Diesel and Kobe running through. Rest in peace to Mamba.
But that's just, it kills me.
Now, did you say they were jinxed?
Yeah, they're jinx franchise.
Maybe they're incompetent.
Yeah, call it what you want.
Okay, that's not a jinx.
The Red Sox were jinxed, and they figured it out, but it took how many years?
No, but I hate when people say a franchise is jinxed.
It's 4
when
o'clock.
the franchise
You
is
better get out
making
fast.
awful decisions. When
It's
you
4
make
o'clock.
awful decisions, things are going to happen
Ladies
to you.
and gentlemen.
If you're just sitting around and lightning strikes you, well, that's a jinx. Now, if
Nah,
your
that's unlucky.
dumbass
If you get hit
decides
by
to go,
lightning, if you get hit by lightning, that's unlucky.
all right.
If
but
you
your
get hit 4
dumbass
times, you
decides
jinxed.
to go on top of a mountain during a lightning storm, well, you're supposed to get struck by lightning. That's not a jinx. That's stupidity.
Well, you heard it from here. You heard it from Terry Fawcett. Don't stand on mountains with lightning bolts because you will get struck by lightning. Look, we
Not Ben
appreciate
Simmons.
you guys for tuning in. Maybe he needs to happen.
Ben
Maybe
Simmons is a bum.
God.
And that's the final word from my man T
Bum.
Funk. Yo, KG, we appreciate you, Mike. I see you learning in the booth, cooking with some
job,
grease.
Mike.
Peace, pipe that. Good luck on your date, my friend. Time Mazaway, 700 series today.
I hope so,
feel it.
buddy.
We'll
Hey,
see you guys
Sneaky, when
tomorrow.
you're on your date, no means
Bye.
no.
That actually is true. You might want to. You might want to listen. I don't say damn. We appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow. Boom.
Nice, guys.
That Dr. Pierce.